じゃあ一旦
毎回こうなんだよ。拡張直前はね、もうみんなほっといてくれ。マスター直前のね、ゲーム開発者ディレクターがね、元気なわけないんだよ。本当に。
Good morning. Look tired today, but please understand that yes, we are like right in the middle of final adjustments for our expansion. So, thank you.
はい。というわけで、
ではまた
はい
10分後に再集合しましょう。はい、一旦失礼します。
We'll see you soon.
Can't stop yawning.
We are gonna enjoy this.
Hopefully.
I don't know if you saw that the first bit is going to be 20 minutes of job action trailer.
I barely caught that on the. I guess they were just doing a test a moment ago.
Yep.
Nice. Yawn. I can't stop yawning. Wake up.
Oh, it's fine.
Is this really the 81st live letter? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go! Oh, nice.
I like the animatics.
Yes, very nice.
That's the LB3 from Viper.
Mhm. I need that box in real life. Dragoon!
Alright. That's Battle Litany. What? What was...
That looked like a gap closer.
Yeah. High jump. Or actually, sorry, that was, oh. Ooh, lightning, Vorpal thrust. That's new.
Oh,
Rest is the same.
very nice.
Yeah. All that's the
Yep.
same. Now that's new.
Oh, it's like a follow-up. Nice.
Yep. Follow up. I don't know if I like that or not, but okay. Holy Spirit. Try. Was that Bulwark? Couldn't tell.
Probably.
That's just Holy Sheltron. That's new. That's also new. That's also new.
That wasn't Cure.
Well, the follow-up wasn't.
Hmm.
This is all the same. Nope. That's new.
Oh, nice.
The last bit of the swords combo. That's new.
More swords.
That's new.
Good morning, guys. I'm sorry, I had my volume turned down. I couldn't hear nobody.
No worries. That's the upgrade to Vengeance.
Where's the live stream coming from? I don't have the link.
That's new.
It's on Twitch or YouTube, but here, let me.
What's that?
Ooh.
Just that massive axe!
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find it on twitch.tv/Final Fantasy XIV.
Here, I posted a link in the chat. Ooh.
Normal Astrologian things so far. Nothing.
But there's
Wait a
two
second.
people
There's three
there.
slots.
Yeah.
There's also 3 card slots. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's new. Neutral sect. Yep, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Going back to the days of being able to hold on to 3 cards at once.
Card rain.
That was just Macrocosmos.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, now that's new.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't know what that was. That was new, though.
Dancer.
I think that was new.
That
Just
looked like a
before
little
that.
samba, yeah.
Yeah. All of these are already in the game. I think, that's new. That's new. Definitely.
Oh! Yeah. Love these new animations. Oh, where's
Well,
this?
didn't get rid of Depth's design. Depth's
Nice.
design is still there. No, that's not good. Reapers are going to be upset about that. That's the... Okay, interesting. So it looks like whatever the new version of... what's it called? Doesn't... Okay, so it's not just a new version of Communio then. Oh!
Nice.
Hello. That was new. What was that thing at the end? Alright, here we go. Here's my baby. Come on. Show me something good. Upgrade to Jolt, looks like. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, looks like it's mostly just changes to their AoE rotation. And it's minimal changes at that. Okay. I hope that's not just another finisher, man. We don't need another finisher. I'm hoping that's like an upgrade to Contra Sixt. Follow-on attack to chainsaw looks like.
Oh no, he drifted it.
Heh. Heh? Wait. Hold up. How did he do Bioblaster while Drill was still on cooldown? Those used to have a shared cooldown.
Don't know, but they have to show it
Oh,
somehow.
the lasers!
Nice. Another drill.
Okay. Okay. Alright.
Yes.
That was pretty sick. Ooh, we got a new wind-based ninjutsu attack. Wait a second. There's a whole new gauge for ninja.
Mm-hmm. The dagger thing?
They don't have Huton anymore. Huton's gone. Now Tenchi Jin's exactly the same, apparently. Oh, that was sick. Looks like I was right that that's some sort of an upgrade to Phlegma. That's just Numa. Ooh, that was cool. That's cool looking. Nope, it's not an upgrade to Phlegma. Alright, it's completely separate.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
AoE dot is what chat's saying.
Wait, you got a new gauge too.
What?
Not only do you have 3 stacks of what is that stuff called? I can't remember.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, fire. Oh, it's another thing if you do a full rotation.
It's if you get off 6 fires in a row, you get some big attack, maybe?
Yes. That's new.
Oh boy.
Oh!
That's cool as shit! That's cool as shit! Well, it looks like Flare gives you 3 stacks of whatever it is. Alright, that's pretty legit, dude.
Oh, like this is going to be fun.
Good. Alright, I don't know what to expect here at all, so... It's a lot of ranged attacks.
That actually will make it very, very versatile in raid if it's got some good ranged attacks.
Pretty good looking.
Oh! Oh!
Calm down, bitch!
It's the ADHD class!
Good grief.
wonder if they're going to show any of them the Beastmaster.
Very unlikely. Nothing. Yeah, there's the new Medica 2 upgrade. Ooh, that was new. Some sort of a follow-up glare ability. Or maybe just an off-global cooldown attack of some sort? Oh, follow-up to Holy.
Monk. There's a new gauge for Monk.
Oh, another new gauge for Monk. Oh, I think that's just a reminder. Well, maybe. It consumed it. Huh.
Well, that's a confusing gauge, but holy cow.
And now we've got, like, supercharged chakra of some sort. Looks like you can overcharge chakra. And there's something that spends just one. What in the...
Oh! That was a ranged
attack?
That was a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Your big hit is ranged. Nice. Salt that earth, boy.
That was the upgraded 1-2-3 combo of some variety. I don't know exactly what that's going to mean. That's new. Defensive. Ooh, that's also new. Upgraded blood spiller of some variety.
Bird.
Up, Lugor.
Morning.
Hey, good morning. How goes the stream?
There he goes.
Morning.
A few new things.
Just saw a random person complaining about Black Mage changes.
Black Mage is looking like it's getting significant changes with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole new gauge level of
Basically,
ridiculousness.
do your rotation correctly, and you get big booms.
Monk is also getting an entirely new gauge, which is crazy. And same with Ninja. I don't know enough about Bard to really tell what's new. Okay, that's new.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that was new. Alright, Summoner. Let's see what we've got here.
Oh, nice.
Phoenix.
Opening with Phoenix?
They already have Jules charged. Probably still open with Bahamut.
Hmm.
Okay, that was new. Whatever that wind attack was. Ifrit. Wait a second. That's not the symbol for Bahamut coming up next in the Demi-Summon lineup.
I figure they're going to throw Leviathan in at some point.
I think it's Odin?
Maybe we'll find out in a moment. Somebody in chat's yelling Odin.
No.
Oh, it's a
ain't.
Neo Bahamut.
Some form of new Bahamut? Oh god, he's fast. What is that?
Neo Bahamut.
Neo Bahamut?
Yep.
That's kind of boring. Would have been cooler if it was Odin, to be honest.
Yeah, it would have been. Oh, well, that's an interesting looking mob.
I haven't seen anything new thus far for Samurai here.
What's that one they took away? Are they going to bring it back?
Oh, okay. That's an upgrade to their 2-action one. Oh, upgraded third eye. That's new. The backflip thing, or front flip thing, whatever. That's also new. New Shoha. Oh! Upgraded, Setsugeka. Alright, got Scholar. Upgraded Sucker of some variety, looked like. It looks like all the healers are getting some sort of an off-global cooldown attack.
Yes.
That's what it looks like. Okay! We got a form change.
Nice! Oh, the summon is a lot
Seraph.
more animated.
That's just Seraph. Looks like that every time you summon Seraph.
Oh, I thought it was
I-
didn't do that.
Pictomancer.
Pictomancer! Okay, we got a gauge over there.
Looks like some sort of a combo-based gameplay.
Oh! That's awesome.
You get like different combos based on what you paint ahead of time.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, seriously.
A paw? Oh, that's adorable.
Jaws, or shout of some sort.
Chomp. Look at the little fairy thing coming up over on the gauge.
What's with the paint ley lines?
Oh, it's gotta be a healing circle. It's a proximity hot.
That one looks like it, yeah, because of the blooming grass and stuff. Woo!
I hope you can turn that off. If you're not playing the pickup master.
Most likely, yes. Gunburger.
Well, Pictomancer certainly looks interesting, I'll tell you that. We got a gap closer that didn't deal damage. Gap closer that doesn't deal damage.
Background looks amazeballs.
Yes, sir. It's like Double Down is exactly the same. Ooh, that was cool.
Super Bolide 2.
I don't know what that combo, that last combo it did was. That was new.
And there we go. Looking forward to it intensifies.
Yeah.
Great, I have a whole new rotation to learn.
I mean, yeah.
So this cap goes to 100, right?
Yes.
They missed opportunity. It should go on the 99.
There's the intro, or what the main title screen looks like.
I like that title screen. That's a nice looking title screen.
皆さんこんばんは。
こんにちは。
1回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブをお送りいたします。Hi everyone, welcome to Final Fantasy 14 letter from the producer live number 81st. Please introduce yourself, please. 皆さんご挨拶お願いします。
皆さんこんばんは。ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。My name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy 14.
よろしくお願いします。
Thank you watching live stream.
はい、そして進行を務めますコミュニティチームモルこと室内です。よろしくお願いします。And my name is Toshio Murochi, also known as the Fox Clone, your global community producer here. I will do the MC stuff today. And also, as we announced before, today's PLA Letter Live is a bilingual stream, both in Japanese and English. 今日のプロデューサーレターライブは事前にお伝えしています通り、日本語と英語のバイリンガル放送でお送りいたしますので、今日はもう一人スペシャルメンバーをご紹介したいと思います。So we have now a third special member today here. あいみさん。
あみー。
It's funny listening to the Japanese going, I used to know what that word meant. I don't know what it is anymore, but I know I knew it.
ということで、今日の全体の進行がどう進むかだけ簡単にご説明させてください。
さんの背景、植物園にいる。
Some kind of jungle, thick jungle back here.
So let me quickly introduce how it works today's PLA Letter Live. So today's main speaker is 吉田さん as always. メインで喋るのは吉田さんです。で、あいみ will do 吉田さん 's English voice。はい、あいみさんが吉田さんの英語の通訳を行ってくれます。はい。で、最後に、私は自分で言ってることは訳すんですが、時々訳し忘れても大して重要なことは言ってませんので、聞き流しておいていただければと思います。And lastly, I will translate myself, and then sometimes I might miss to translate what I was saying, but anyway, I am not saying something important anyway, so just disregard if you notice something. はい。
That's always good to know.
よろしくお願いいたします。
Doing a better job than I would.
今ね、
はい。
タイトル画面、トレーラー系タイトル画面からさ、かっこよく入ろうとしたらさ、スタッフがエスケープキーを押して動画をスキップして綺麗にタイトル画面から始まるはずだったんですけど、あれって言ってて違うキーボードのエスケープを押しているっていうね。もうみんな疲れているのよ。面白くてさ。
We wanted to start off right after the trailer with the title screen of Dawn Trail, and we had our staff like ready in the back, and all he needed to do was hit the escape key, but unfortunately he was looking at the wrong keyboard, and so you could hear him in the background. It's like,
yeah, actually, there's two keyboards on the table, and then it was swapped.
Oh, they swapped the keyboards? Oh, no.
During from the rehearsal, actually, yeah. So テーブルの上にですね、彼のことをね若干フォローしますと、テーブルの上に2個キーボードが
Japanese bloopers
置いてあったんですけど、リハでやった時となぜかですね、キーボードがテレコになってました。
違うよね。そのさ、俺ジョブのさ、シンプル使うのにさ。
I've run those kind of things, and it's like getting like the primary there, like Yoshi to actually practice is almost impossible.
oh, it must have been Yoshida moved the keyboard because he wanted to check also the actions on the actual gaming machine. So shoot, that might have contributed.
みんなが罠だって言ってますよ。That's a trap.
It's a trap.
No. さあというわけで、まあ今日は基本的には最新のジョブ、まあ 7.0 のジョブ関連のね情報をお届けしていこうとは思うんですけど、まあそれ以外にもいくつかお話をしていこうと思いますので、まあ若干ね長丁場にはなるかと思うんですが、よろしくお願いします。
So of course, today we will be talking about the job updates that will be made in 7.0 Dawn Trail, but of course we will be touching upon other things as well. So it might be a long broadcast, but yeah, it would be great if you could stick around.
今日は早速冒頭
If you
動画から
have
始まりましたけど
job
皆さん
change
いかがでしたか
info for me,
So we
I will
kicked
be
off
here.
with the job action trailer today. So how did you like? どうですか皆さんね気になりましたね
I saw a couple more jobs get gap closers that don't deal damage, which is a good
Sure,
thing.
everybody's.
Did they do any warrior? I came in.
They did warrior. You're getting a cool ability, dude. Oh, they're gonna show it again here. So
Giant
I
X.
won't spoil it. Oh,
皆さん楽しんでいただきます。
jumps in and just.
まあ割と今回は
Of course.
本当プレイヤーの皆さんのフィードバックを、まあ、できる限りこう調整しつつ、まあ、扱いづらいところは扱いやすくできるだけ調整しつつ、まあ、正当進化っていう感じで各ジョブ
I'm gonna jump off, guys. I'll be back later.
Alright, have fun.
ここがこうなってああなってこうなるんですごい時間かかって説明も長くて6時間になりますみたいなことはないと思います。
So with this time around, we tried to listen to the player feedback that we received, try to implement where we can, made adjustments and things like that, trying to address any pain points that we may have noticed. And so I feel like we just kind of transitioned and advanced as we were kind of like on a trajectory. So I'm hoping that we don't have to go into such detailed explanation of this change to that and this goes over there, and it won't take like 6 hours for us to explain everything.
まだみんなちょっと疑ってますコメントでいっぱい本当に
いやいやいやいやいやいやいや持たないよマジで持たない
She's a native
I don't
English
think we can
speaker
do 6 hour
who knows
podcasts
Japanese. That's
anymore.
interesting.
Can't last that
That
long.
is
いや
interesting.
テスト放送で言ったんですけど、まあ、やっぱとんでもないボリュームになってってるので拡張のたびに、まあ、マスターね直前最終調整のフィードバックをちょうど終えたところなんですけど、まあなんといってもメディアツアーもスタートしてるので、この裏でボロボロもいいところですよ。何一つなんだの仕事と
Very good at her translating job. I'll tell you that right
し
now.
ないもんだってもうねきついマジ疲れてるんで、はいしょうがない。
I mean, it's just, I mentioned this in the test broadcast too, but it's just a lot that we're packing into this expansion. And right now we're still doing our final checks before we log our master build. And so it just provided feedback on some of the checks that we have done. And of course, we're also kicking off our media tour for Dawn Trail as well. And then there's also the corporate things going on. And so, man, I am
I can
exhausted.
imagine. You're on the freaking board, and
まああと
Square
は
Enix has
前回
been
私やらかしているので
having some
このぐらいのタイミング
shitty
で
days, so.
行月
Oh yeah, they are in cost cutting mode right now.
じゃねえや2週間
Yep.
今回もかみたいな書かれてましたけど現時点
I
で
just
は大
got
丈夫です
16,000 for winning Mini Kekbot. I guess the Make It Rain thing started.
Yes,
Yep.
started
We
yesterday.
remember.
Yesterday.
その予定通りにもうできる限りのクオリティアップをっていうのをやっている最中でございます。
As you may remember, the last time with Endwalker, we opened with an apology that we would have to shift the launch timing by 2 weeks, but this time we should be fine. At this point, I feel like we are good.
That's good to hear. That's
And
encouraging.
we are trying to polish and try to raise the quality as much as possible up to the last minute, so I think we're good.
さあさあそんな中でですね、まあジョブの話進めていく前に、まあちょっとDDoS の件とベンチマークの件はお知らせしといた方がいいかなと思う
Yeah,
の
when's the
で、
next
ちょっと
benchmark?
冒頭そこから始めさせてもらっていいですか。
はい
急遽ではあるんですけど、はい。
And so I understand that we will be discussing the job updates today, but before we get into that, I did want to address the current DDoS attacks as well as the status update on the benchmark software.
お願いします。でまあまずその DDoS の攻撃やまあアタックを受けていますというところなんですけど、まあ Q14 始まって以来最大規模、最大期間のちょっと攻撃に今なってます。
And of course, with the DDoS attacks, I believe this is the largest scale and length we've been sort of seeing this sort of attack since the original Final Fantasy XIV.
まあ、ただ、スクエアエニックスの優秀なインフラチーム、まあ、14担当してくれてるインフラチーム何人ももちろんいるんですけど、まあ、24時間交代制でですね、ひたすらこう全グローバルのそのベンダーさんたちとリアルタイムに協議しながら防御のやり方だったりとか、まあ、こう切り替えながら防御をずっとし続けていて、まあ、どうしてもねこうパケットがすり抜けて1000人2000人一瞬切断されてしまうみたいなのは起きてはちょっといて、皆さんご迷惑をおかけしてるのではあるんですけど、致命的なところまではいかないように、まあ、必死にスクエアに一丸となって防御を今展開してますので、まあ、どうしてもこう DDoS 攻撃っていうのは世界中のねハッキングされたコンピューターからこうパケットが飛んでくるっていうシンプルな攻撃なだけにどこか一箇所止めればいいというものではないので、まあ、粘り強く防御をしていこうと思いますので、その旨ねしっかりやってますというところだけ、お伝えさせていただければと思います。
Of course, although it is the largest and the longest period we've been receiving these attacks, we do have a very talented infrastructure team in Square Enix, and those who are specifically assigned to Final Fantasy XIV, working very hard to protect us on a 24-hour basis. They swap teams on a rotation, but they've been working really hard to not only work internally, but they also have been working with global vendors to discuss about how we protect protect us from the attacks, trying to switch strategies as needed. But of course, we do see some packets being lost, and there are instances where somewhere upwards of 1,000 to 2,000 people get disconnected at the same time. And so we do apologize for any inconvenience that may have caused, but I am hopeful because we have not seen any sort of critical damage at this point. And so Square Enix will continue to work diligently to protect us from these DDoS attacks. It's quite difficult. I mean, the attacks themselves are quite simple because it's just basically computers that have been hacked throughout the world, and these different packets come flying at our servers. But we are trying our best to apply the countermeasures needed, and we are aware of the situation and are working hard to protect us against it.
まあSNS 等でもですね、まあ、一度ね DDoS に関しては結構詳しくどういうものなのかってお伝えしたことも過去あったので、負けるな頑張れっていう5000円たくさんね見ているので、スタッフの方でもみんな頑張ってね防御展開してますんで、引き続き粘り強くいこうと思います。
And of course, I think we have in the past informed you all on the social channels about the DDoS attacks, and so you may be aware of what this kind of situation entails. And I really thank everybody for the comments saying hang in there and encouraging words for us. Our staff members are working hard, and I do hope that they will continue to persevere.
はい、それがまず一つと、もう一個はベンチマークの差し替えというか、まあ、グラフィックスアップデートの状況に関してちょっとお伝えしようと思います。
So that's the first one. The second one is the benchmark software, and more specifically the graphical update, the graphics update.
まずベンチマークソフトをリリースしたんですけど、コメントもちょっと出させていただいた通り、キャラメイク画面のやっぱり環境セットアップっていうところがすっぽり抜けていたこともあって、まあ、非常に良くない環境セットアップの状態で出てしまったのと、まあ、世界中でたくさんの各種族キャラクターに対してフィードバックをいただいたので、もうそれらを一個ずつ指差し確認しながらバグフィックスも含めて、ゴリゴリ作業をしております。まず
And so, of course, with the benchmark software, and we have released an official statement about this as well, but we have seen issues with the character creation screen and how the environment was not properly implemented to reflect what you will be seeing in the graphical updates. And so I'm afraid when we first released the benchmark software, it was not in its optimal state. As well as the races that are available in character creation, we did receive a lot of feedback on the different elements that are reflective of poor graphical updates. And so we have gone through and sort of reviewed these different feedbacks, make sure that we are addressing what we can. And in addition to the different bug fixes, we are currently trying to finalize the different adjustments that we are applying.
で今日も、午後1時から2時間ぐらい、キャラハンと一緒にこれはあれはって一個ずつやりながらチェックをしてました。
And even today, at 1 p.m., I had a meeting with the character team to make sure that we're looking at the screen, pointing at the different elements that we're addressing to confirm.
でなのでちょっと途中経過であと皆さんのご意見も聞きたいものがあったのでスクショをちょっと持ってきたのでなんとかちょっと見ていこうかなと思います。
And so I wanted to provide not only a status update, but wanted to get everybody's opinion. And so I brought some screenshots for us to look at.
とはいえ、ベンチマークって言っても結局ベンチマークだけの作業をしてるわけじゃなくてこれらのアップデートって全部 7.0 にそのまま適用されていくので決して我々にとって無駄な作業ではないんですよ。
And of course, we mentioned this will be reflected in the benchmark software, but it's not just for the benchmark software. These graphical updates and the different environmental changes will be reflected to 7.0, the expansion itself. And so it's not a wasteful, so to speak.
でしかもこれからもそのベンチマークっていうのはある意味世界中のPC ベンダーの店頭でぐるぐる回してもらったりとかフラッと来たお客様がキャラメイクしたりとかってやっぱ PR 要素もあるので、しっかりこのタイミングでどのみち 7.0 に向けて皆さんのフィードバックを、入れていくんであれば一緒に入れた方が効果的ではあるので一生懸命両方頑張ってますと。
And of course, with the benchmark software, I think we can utilize it as well to show off Final Fantasy XIV to, say, PC vendors if they wanted to have it in their storefront or have their customers kind of play with character creation. And so it has its use beyond the game itself. So with the feedback that we received on the benchmark software will be reflected not only in that segment, but it'll also apply to the expansion itself, which makes it a collaborative effort for us.
はい、ではちょっとスクリーンショット見ていきます。はい。
So if we have the screenshots ready.
まず左側画面に映ってる左側がすみません4月14日
Oh, that's a lot better.
で、環境がよろしくない。
Yeah.
のね。
Yeah. The lighting in the character creator was definitely bad. Like, it was definitely bad.
So what you're looking at on the left side, it's noted that this is from the original release of the benchmark software from April. This is before we adjusted the environmental lighting. And then on the right is what we currently have with the updated lighting adjustments reflected. The character itself is basically unchanged.
いや、本当すいません。これはね、僕らが悪い。僕も含めて本当に悪かったんですよ。ライトをちゃんとしたらこうなるので、本当すいませんでした。
And I really apologize for this happening because it is just a matter of adjusting the lighting. And as you can see, it is a much bigger improvement if we have the proper lighting on the character.
いや今回改めて見直したらですね、いろいろなんかやっぱこう申請の時に作ったこの環境をおかしくてですね、なんかここ
Morning.
Did you catch the job action trailer?
No, I just started watching about 10 minutes ago.
They're going to be going through it, I'm sure, in more detail, so.
Yeah, I started when they were talking about the DDoS.
When I look at these different elements, I see the remnants of when we kind of hastily put together the Realm Reborn environment, and there are a lot of weird spots that we needed to fix. So previously it was set up so that it's slightly cloudy, but for some reason there's some parameters that note a rainy environment as well. So there's some wetness that can be seen in the character and things like that.
まあ、というわけで我々の完全なるミスだったので本当ちょっとすいません。次の差し替え版では、全てのマップ、環境を改めて今回のグラフィッ
Chat
ク
is
スアップ
really,
デート
really,
で
really
皆さ
stupid
んが
on
その
Twitch.
キ
There's
ャラクタ
people
ーを調
arguing
整した
about
り作ったり
buffing
する
and
時
then
に
also
できる
nerfing
だけインゲームの
submarines.
本当のライティングの色のシチュエ
Oh,
ーショ
wow.
ンに近い状態っていうのを作って
Can't
みま
say
したの
I.
で
This is
ぜひ
why I
こち
turn
らで
off
また
Twitch chat.
確認を
I'm on YouTube, but it's mostly Japanese on
And so
what
we
I'm
are
seeing.
preparing
Yeah.
for a replacement version of the benchmark software, and it should have the lighting and the environment updated so that it reflects what you will see in game, and that includes the lighting as well. And so I hope you will stay tuned for the release of the updated version.
But yeah, we'll have spaceships in Dawn
続
Trail.
いて
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
続いてですね、まあ、これはちょっと意見をお聞きしたいというところなんですけど、
Ah!
こちらはですね、ミコッテのですね、ムーンキーパーの剣士に関してちょっとですね、
Why would they show it with a
皆さん
completely different
ご意見いただきたいです
hairstyle?
ね
Oh, because that
Yes,
hairstyle doesn't
this is
exist
the one
in
where I'd
6.58.
like everyone's opinion on. As you can see,
it
it's the
does look weird
Makote,
as shit,
moon, keeper of the moon tribe, and the canine teeth, kind of like the fangs in their teeth in the mouth.
まあ怖いって言われればそうなんですけど、しょうがない口をねちゃんと
I think the newest one is the best.
するとこうなるんですよ。
I prefer larger
And I
fangs on
understand it
that.
looks
I like
kind
the
of scary,
original with the curved.
But in order for us to
Yes.
show the teeth properly, we have to do this.
で
Yeah,
ですね、
but
男性も女性も
I do wish they'd make the canines even longer, but the texture of the 658
真ん
one
中のがこの
is
4月14日に出た
really bad compared.
Yeah.
剣士なんですけ
Yeah,
ど
it is.
ちょっとやっぱチャームポイントだったのに短くなったっていうフィードバックをいただいたので今、調整中まさに今日、最新が一番右側の長さなんですけ
She
ど
went to the dentist and got a filing.
あれぐらいでどんなもんですか
So is it left or right as far as what they're working on? It's on the far right.
The male
Yes.
and female Mikote.
Yeah.
And the middle version that you see on screen is from the April release version. And there was some feedback about how the canine teeth were kind of like cute on the Mikote, and it looked shorter in the benchmark release. So the picture on the right shows the latest, like today's version of the update. And I wanted to see what people thought about the length of those canine teeth.
いやでも意外とですねこれね、真ん中がいいっていう方もちらほらコメントではあるんですけど
I don't care.
この
Not a Makote.
でも短くなったっていうお声がグローバル
It is super important though. Super.
Very
そうであ
important.
ればいいね
Oh, yeah.
います
More
I
important
do
probably
notice
than all the
people
job changes.
commenting that the one in the middle is fine.
I don't
But
play on that server.
Yeah, the feedback that we received for the length of those canine teeth, it was global. So if everybody seems comfortable with the version on the right, I think we're gonna finalize it at that kind of length.
I think the majority of people that play Makote probably do want the longer canines.
I now
Some people saying,
I now
"Well,
expect
why
at least
can't you
once
just
per
make it
patch
so
to have
that
a
you
patch
can
note
choose
about
the
canine
one with the player
teeth
can
on
choose the length?"
Makotes.
But that I'm afraid we can't do. If we could, we would, but we can't. So
そしてもう一個ですねまあこちらは、男性がですね、こちらも今右に
Like, you can see the texture difference so clearly there.
ビデオ
Holy crap, dude.
Hmm.
FYI, this is the male Mikote, and so again, we're trying to get it.
So
to
when do I get
how it looks
beards?
on
That's
the
all I'm asking.
Very right of
Never.
this set.
Apparently.
The left one looks more vampiric and the far right one looks more caddish.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying like I like that a lot better.
Hmm.
A lot better.
はいそうね
I always thought that the canines on male Makote in game looked awful, to be fair.
The version-
I've never looked that close.
歯に関してのフィードバックがもう一個ございまして、パワーポイントお願いします。実はですね、
The gold saucer is saying new playable race vampire.
特定の顔でですね、剣士が小さくなっているっていうフィードバックをいただいたんですけど、実はこれ隠し要素でして、もともとこうでございます。
And then additional feedback on the Mikote Keeper of the Moon canine teeth. So there's a certain type 3, 1 or 3, where the canine tooth looks smaller, and there is I'm afraid that's how it was set up.
だから左が口の形1から3の時の剣士の長さで、右が口の形4を選んだ時の剣士の長さで、これは実はもともとデータ的に長さを変えてあったっていうことでございます。
And so this was actually a hidden specification that we made because of the shape of the mouth itself will affect how the teeth would look on the character's face. Certain types, like type 1 through 3 of the mouth shape, would be different from type number 4 because the canine tooth would seem more visible, and so they had to make it smaller.
そしてですね、もう1枚ございまして、こちらも歯なんですが、
Okay. That's a little less creepy.
中が気持ち悪いというフィードバックをいただきまして。
It's a Lullafell. It's very creepy.
I'm just saying a little less creepy.
We did
That is
receive
an
feedback
improvement.
about the Lalafell and how the teeth looked very scary in the initial release of the benchmark software.
まあ頭蓋骨の形が明らかにおかしいのではないかと、まあ確かにということで。
They do kind of look like dentures on the left side.
Uh-huh. 右のように、
Which, you know, it kind of fits Lalafells, I guess.
これはご報告です。圧倒的に右っていうか、これはもう調整しましたというご報告です。
And so with this one, people have pointed out that the shape of the skull wouldn't allow for the teeth to be shaped in that way, and we understand. And so this is more of an FYI that we will fix it to look more like the one on the right.
はい、というわけですいません、ここにちょっと挙げたのは例で各種族本当一つ一つですね、このレベルまで、皆さんにいただいたフィードバック
There's an entire team at Square Enix dedicated to making Lalafells look less creepy.
やっておりますので、
Wow, they must suck.
まあもちろんそれでもまあ膨大な量ではあるので、何かミスがもしかしたらさらにその先の QA で見つかる可能性がゼロとはもちろん言わないんですが、できる限りの、対応をさせていただいた上で、ベンチマークを改めて更新させていただいて、かつ、それらも踏まえて 7.0 でさらにね一段クオリティを高くできるように、努力を続けていこうと思います。
And so what you saw today were just some examples, and
Scrolling
there
across
are
the,
other
feed here.
adjustments that we made per the different race, but there are a lot that we had to address, including the feedback that we received from the players, as well as what we have noticed, what the development team noticed as we were adjusting these. And so, again, it was quite a lot to address, and there may be some missteps that we may notice throughout our QA process. But we are going to address as much of this as possible and update our benchmark software to release a replacement version. And on top of that, with 7.0 Dawn Trail, we will make sure that the graphics quality will be raised as high as we could.
意外とね言われているほうれい線が気になる。これですね。全部のキャラ全部のデータでほうれい線が気になるって言われたものは全部ノーマルマップを作り直しました。はい。
And there were some comments about the lines, like wrinkles on the smile lines, like on the face, and there were some characters where we noticed that, and so we had to rebuild the normal map so that it addresses that.
これはねやっぱちょっと元々の実はノーマルマップをハイクオリティ化しただけなんですけど、 ライトというかシャドウの精度が上がったことによって実はデータ的には今までもあったやつなんですけど影が乗らなかったんですよね、精度が低いから。なので見えてなかったのが逆にライトをちゃんとしたら見えるようになったっていう部分だったんで、もうでもみんなもともとない、自分のキャラにはそんなものはないって見てやってきたので、もう全部直しましょうというか改めてちょっと作り直しましょうと。ポリゴンをいじったキャラもいるし、キャラというかフェイスパターンもあるし、全部フェイス一応やりましたので、はい。
And with the lines on the face, this was because of the lighting actually. The normal map was fine, but the way that the shadow would drop with the previous lighting would not affect that sort of look. So the data itself was there, but it just didn't show up because the lighting was the cast shadow was not as high quality. But with the graphical updates and then the lighting was updated too, the shadow fell on it and it became more accurate, and so it became a bit more noticeable. So when players looked at it, because they were so used to not having those lines showing up, we received feedback about that. So we did have to make some adjustments to polygons of these different races as well. So those are some of the changes that went into the updates.
で一応すいません、5月30もしくは31まであるね、今月
あります
のどちらかを今リリースで最後の追い込みをやってるんですけど、ちょっとこうやっぱ件数が多いのは多いので今修正のもしかしたらその週末をまたいでしまうかもしれないっていう今ぐらいで進捗していますので、改めて日付が変わったらしっかりまた、僕の方からテキストでお知らせしようと思いますのでよろしくお願いします。
And so right now we're doing our adjustments with a target date of May 30th or 31st. 30 days has September, April, May. Yeah, May has 31 days. But anyways, there's a lot of items that we do need to revise. So we aren't confident on the final release timing of the replacement version of the benchmark. So perhaps it might go beyond that weekend. But once we do determine a release timing, I will make sure to make an announcement about it.
はい。で、はい、もう一個だけ。これはもう皆さんにとってはプラスのお知らせ。幻想薬に関して2点お知らせがあります。
And then one more, sorry. This is actually a good news for players, I'm hoping. With regard to Fantasia, there are two items that I want to relay.
まず 7.0 がリリースされたタイミングで、ウルダハに、極低レベルのクエストが1個追加されますので、そちらをプレイしていただけると、幻想薬とは一体何なのかというちゃんとクエストを1個作りましたのでそちらをプレイすると幻想薬1個手に入りますのでぜひ、皆さんに今回グラフィックスアップデートしますよということで幻想薬をお渡ししますというのをちゃんとクエストとして入れてそうするとね
Is this the confirmation we're getting, Fantasia?
We already knew that.
He said he would try.
Release of 7.0 Dawn Trail, there will be a quest giver in Ul'dah, and the level is going to be quite low, but it is going to be related to what is a Fantasia. And so by doing that quest, you will obtain one Fantasia. So I'm hoping that that'll be incentive to try out the character creation with a graphical update. And plus, with that quest in place, it'll help new players.
That's actually a good way of doing it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
でもう一つは、幻想薬にちょっと仕様を一つ追加しました。
And then another update to Fantasia is we're going to be adding another sort of specification or characteristic to it.
今回やっぱりだいぶ新しくリリースするベンチマークのキャラメイクも 7.0 からの、キャラメイクも、ライティングにはかなりこだわって今回改めて調整させてもらいましたし、できるだけ環境の青い光とかが入ってないっていう環境も用意したのでほぼゲーム内と同じように見ていただけるようにはなりました。
So of course, with the graphical updates, and you will see that in the updated new benchmark, as well as the 7.0 character creation, we were very particular about the adjustments we made to lighting, and there are environments in which you don't see that sort of generic blue background and the lights reflecting off of it, so that you can see how your character would look in game.
とはいえやっぱりその見慣れた風景の中で自分が調整したキャラクターをやっぱ確認したいっていうご要望も、まあ、今回改めてすごく強いだろうなっていうのも感じたので、幻想薬を使用してから、60分 P タイムで60分内部的にはなので別にログアウトしてもカウンターは止まるので、60分間であれば、再度調整できるっていう仕様を追加しました。
But that said, of course, you want to see your character in action in locations that you have gotten familiar seeing your character in. And we did receive a lot of feedback about how we want to make adjustments to characters afterwards. And so we are going to make it so that Fantasia, within 60 minutes of playtime. So if you log out, the counter will kind of pause, but once using Fantasia, if you want to make adjustments to your character creation, you can do so within 60
that's pretty cool.
minutes.
That actually is a really good idea.
ただし、キャラメイクするたびに
Very nice of them. I would
リセットされる
better if it was like a day, but
そうなるとね、60
minutes should work
59分ですかさず変えっていうのができちゃうので、1回使うと60分間っていうタイマーは止まらないんですけど、
amount of time to go back and fix a little error is a good idea.
ご活用いただければと思います。
Like deciding to become a
That said,
Lalafell
that
or
60-minute
Olafell.
counter only works the first time, so you can't go in
Funny
like
joke.
minute 59 and then reset the counter. It'll count your
Use
time.
one,
if you
go in
need
and
to
noise somebody as
readjustments
Olafell,
as
go
well.
back
But
and change
that
it
said, like,
back.
if you messed up on something, or if you want to make minor adjustments to characters after you have created it in the character creation screen, you can do so within 60 minutes of game playtime.
まあ一応コメントで質問されてる方いるんで、そう60分以内だったら何回やっても大丈夫です。種族も全パラメータ何回変えていただいても大丈夫です。
There was a question in the comments asking how many times you can make readjustments within that 60-minute time frame. There's no limitations on how many times you can go back in and change, as long as it's within that 60-minute time frame. So you can try out all of the races, all of the different parameters that are included in the character creations if you wanted to.
さっきほうれい線の話したら吉田のほうれい線も消えたらいいのにねとか言ってたのに急にこの幻想薬の仕様のアップデートの話をしたらさみんなわーよかったとか言ってる中に吉田がイケメンに見えてきたって感じが見て
I wonder if it kicks you out of character creator at the 60-minute mark, or does it kind of lock it?
Talking about
I would say it probably like locks it in. You just can't enter anymore, if I had to guess.
That'd be funny. You're trying to, you're changing around stuff. Go, oh God, no! You get stuck with whatever you have at the 60-minute mark.
That's good news, but also their comments about like, oh, Yoshida's now looking better.
まあというわけでしっかりね皆さんのキャラクター
He does look pretty good. Like a lot less completely exhausted as he did the last time he was on camera.
Well, I think he's only producing Dawn Trail right now.
Yeah, and the miniature has just started.
So of course, we talked in detail.
You'll probably
about
be
character
exhausted by the
creation
end of the
and things like
miniature.
that. But with 7.0 Dawn Trail, we will be applying our first graphical update. But we will
Alright, so we're an hour in and we still haven't gone over the job action trailer. You guys have talked about this for too long.
Make adjustments.
Seriously,
So,
I gotta go to work at 8.
look forward to
I need some more, talking about, Lalafell teeth and Makote
はい、
Bangling.
以上お知らせでした。というわけで、大変お待たせしましたが本番ということでジョブの話に入っていこうかと思います。
Okay, so that was a very long preface, but we are now going to jump into the actual meat of the presentation, which is the job updates.
はい、では本日のメイントピックの方に参りたいと思いますので画面お願いします。So let's go to the main agenda of today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Job adjustments. ジョブ関連アップデート。
Yeah, the job action trailer looked pretty good,
まあ
so
最初にちょっとお伝えしてお
I'm
く
looking
と
forward to see what this
まさしく昨日
shows
から、
up.
グローバルメディアツアーがスタートしております、メディアの皆さんが
はい
いち早くですね、レベル100になった全てのジョブ開放されているのを、プレイしてくださっているので、まあ、プレイ感とかっていう部分に関しては、そういった情報がメディアの皆さんから世界中で出ていきますので、まあ
I love the green screen behind the translator for making it look like she's in the same wall as they are.
まあ、全部は語らないですけど、こういうとこ変わってますよとか、こういうのが追加されましたよって話をしていこうと思います。
So, of course, starting yesterday, we have kicked off our global media tour where we have members of our media try out these different jobs at level 100. And so you'll probably be seeing articles on their impressions or what they thought about the different jobs. So those will be coming soon. But for today, of course, we won't be able to discuss every single detail, but we would like to touch upon some of the changes and the updates, any additions that were
Yep,
made.
let's go.
では行きましょう。まず最初、今回ジョブ関連アップデートの全体です。全ジョブに関わる、コンセプトをこういった形にしております。
Okay.
So this is going to be across all of the jobs.
まず当然ですがレベル上限、ついにレベルキャップ100に、ね、なりましたのでレベルが上がるということで、全てのジョブに新アクションというのが追加されております。
So of course, we are going to be raising the level cap to 100, and so there will be new actions that
I
are
don't
being
understand why they feel the
added.
need to say this.
そして、もう一個は今回は
Yeah,
遊びやすさの向上
that's actually
そ
useful
れから
information.
6.X シリーズを通じていただいたフィードバックに、できるだけ極端に変えずに、まっすぐフィードバックをこう生かしていきましょうというコンセプトで今回全てのジョブを調整アップデートしております。
And then, of course, the second point, made adjustments based on feedback that we received throughout the 6.X series with the goal of improving ease of use, trying to not change it dramatically, but still make it a little bit more smoother or more comfortable
Why?
to play.
They're already so smooth and comfortable. With the exception of
た
Ninja.
だですね、一部のジョブではローテーション、
Forgiveness,
追加されたアクション
From
も
an
含め
ease
てロ
and
ーテー
comfort
ショ
of
ン
use
が変わるという
perspective,
ジョブもご
it's
ざい
got
ます
other
ので、
problems, but it's
ご
already
了承いただけれ
not
ば
got
助かり
that
ます
problem.
全ての
With or without mods?
変わるってわけじゃなくて
It just has too many
一部のジョブのローテーションが
buttons.
変
That's
わ
the
る
only
という
problem.
ことがございます。
Paladin has too many buttons.
Also true.
And of course, with
Same
the new
Scholar.
actions being
Scholar also has too
added,
many
some of the
buttons.
jobs may have some changes or shifts in their skill rotations. Of course, that does not apply to all of the jobs, but please be aware that there might be a little bit of adjusting that's needed on your end as well.
でですね、結構、ちょっと次にお知らせしたいのが、結構いろんなジョブでもうさすがにホットバーが埋まり尽くして、特にパッドで遊んでくださっている方がですね、もはや限界であるというのは我々も認識しておりますので、それに対して我々こう置き換えアクションっていうのを、6.X 中にも、一部やったりしたんですけど、それに関わるお話をちょっとさせてください。はい。
And of course, we have been receiving a lot of feedback with the actions that are assigned to your hotbars. We understand that there's a lot now having to slot into your hotbars, especially those playing on a gamepad or controller. I'm sure we're kind of reaching that limit of how many you can fit into
Way past
your
that.
hotbar cross hotbars. So I would like to touch upon the some of the actions that sort of replace the same slot with the next action in
Okay.
Of
So that
skill
means we're
rotation.
finally going to be seeing
な
more
の
of
で
that.
今回やっぱり
Good.
7.0 でこれ以上もうホットバーを圧迫しないようにっていう形で、各ジョブにこう置き換えアクションっていうのを、多数は入れてないですよ。多数は入れてないです。置き換えアクションっていうのがあって、できるだけもうこれ以上
What up, Kira?
ホットバ
What have I missed?
ーを増やさない、アイコンを増やさない。
You missed the entire job trailer and them rambling on for 45
So of
minutes
course
about
we are
Lollipop
trying
teeth.
so
benchmark
that
stuff.
we are
Mocha
not
teeth
sort of
also.
overwhelming the amount
You'll have
of
an
actions that
adjustable
need to be
fang
assigned to individual
length in the
hotbar,
character creator.
With this sort of replacement system. And of course we didn't implement too many of those, I hope. But we were trying our best not to increase the amount of icons to put into the hotbars.
So
これ
they're talking right now about how
控え
they've
るとですね
implemented more P combo style
っていうのがございまして、
Oh, good.
まあ置き換えは我々設定はさせていただいてるんですけど、プレイヤーの皆さんが任意に設定できるわけじゃなくて、我々がローテーションも考えて置き換えを設定してるんですけど、あえてもう置き換えなくていいっていうのが設定できるようになりますというお話です。
That said, with the jobs kind of automatically replacing the same slot as you are doing your skill rotations, sometimes you don't want to have the next action automatically pop up into the same slot. And we have heard feedback from players that do not like that auto replacement. And so we have created a system in which you can choose to not have the next action replace the same slot.
That is a good decision.
Yes, yes, it is.
Nice.
いいですよ、出しちゃって。
Oh, that's beautiful.
まあ置き換えっていうのが存在してる。
Oh, that's gonna make our bars so much better.
勝手に置き換えないでくれ。
That's
という
great.
方はですね、この置き換え設定をまあオフにしていただければ、別々のアクションとしてこう設定することも可能なので、まあこのアクションは置き換わってもいいけど、このアクションはやめたいみたいなのが別に設定できるようになりますよと。これはまあ特定のジョブだけじゃなくて全体に入ってますというのをお知らせしておきます。
And so, as you can see on the screen, there will be a slot where it says action change settings. So if you don't want for some of the like combo steps to automatically replace a certain hotbar slot and you want it to be set up to be separate buttons,
I like how they
you are
chose
welcome to do
Dragoon
so
for
by
this.
turning off that sort of automatic.
I mean, that's a good
replacement.
example of one that
Yeah.
maybe doesn't want jump to go straight into Mirage
全
Dive.
てのアクションっていうのがね、置き換えになってるわけじゃないので、
Sometimes you don't want
置き換え
that.
設定されてるアクションに対して
Ever since the changes they've made, it's actually pretty solid. But for a while there, they made the change to where jump automatically turned into Mirage Dive, and it was really bad.
使ってみてですね、どちらが自分の
It caused problems.
で皆さんの環境のあと手に馴染むかどうかで調整していただけたらなと。
Yeah, see,
And of course, this only applies to actions that will automatically replace, and so it's not necessarily it's not for every action in your job sort of utility. So I would recommend players trying it out and seeing how it feels. Do we want to separate out the different actions so that you don't accidentally activate it when you don't need it?
Like Dragoon would be easy with that, but like Samurai wouldn't.
はい。というのがまあジョブ全体に関わるところ。
I'm gonna be very curious to see what and all they implement this on, because there are a lot of. Honestly, dude, this change right here, the fact that they're making it optional so that you can turn it on or off.
That covers the elements that will be across all of the jobs. And so now I'd like to do a deep dive into the different roles. Are we okay to move on?
火力が上がるとか下がるとか気にされてる方がいるけど、
That's going to enable them to implement the action change settings for a lot more things, and then people can just choose whether they like them or not, which is how P combo is. It's almost like they're looking at mods and implementing things that people like.
Oh, they've been doing that for a
There
while.
were some comments
No,
about,
it's.
well, is this
I'm
meta,
actually not
DPS
criticizing this.
higher
This is
or
actually
lower?
good
And it's not
design
really about
choices.
how much damage you can
Like,
deal. It's more
they're
about
taking feedback
some
in the
people
form of
don't
the
like
mods
just
that people install
pressing the
and
same
saying, okay,
button
well, people want this, let's put it in the
continuously
game.
and accidentally using
Good on
an
ya.
action
Thumbs up.
when they don't want to, or they were trying to save it for another timing. So this is just so that in case you want to prevent accidental sort of execution of an action, you can set it as a separate item on your hotbar.
はい。ではよろしいかな。さあではタンクからいきましょうか。
All right, tank time.
Starting
Let's
with
go.
tank.
I was just in time.
Tanks, but no tanks.
まずタンク共通の変更点からお話しします。これは共通の変更点です。
So first is upcoming adjustments that will be across all tank role jobs.
まず1つ目、レベル90台でランパートと
Okay.
各ジョブ固有の被ダメージ
Wait,
30%
we already
軽
knew
減バフ
that,
って
but
持ってる
okay.
と思うんですけど、
Did I know that?
レベル90台で、
Well,
さらにこれが
Sorry, they had already told us
って
this.
いうのが各ジョ
I
ブ
don't know if you knew it,
単
but-
ジョブになってますよというのがいい。
Yeah.
So first is
What's upgraded mean?
Rampart
Just another,
and job exclusive
you know.
30% damage.
I'm
could do
thinking
more
it's probably gonna be a
things.
little different
Will be
based on which
upgraded
tank
in the
you are, if I had to
level
guess.
range.
それからですね、レベル90台の途中でですね、リプライザルの効果時間が
That's nice.
15秒に、
Hell yeah.
はい、延長される強化が入ります。
That's stupid
And,
good.
Yeah,
reprisal,
that's really nice.
duration will be increased
We might
to
actually be able to see
15
Reprisal
seconds
cover
in the
multiple
90s
mechanics
level
now
range.
instead of being forced to just use it on one.
I can do it and do it for 2 mechanics on some fights.
Yeah, only when they're like immediately back to back.
Hey, man, don't yuck my yum, alright?
I'm not. I'm just saying it's gonna be nice that they're adding an extra 5 seconds on
Yeah,
it.
the timing. Yeah, the timing covering 2 mechanics is
It's
tight.
rough. Oh,
It's
it's rough.
really tight.
This is good. This is good.
ジョブごとに違った追加効果が出るようになってます。
Those long-winded
Of
boom,
course,
boom, boom,
with
boom, boom
the
attacks will be
30%
much
buff,
more.
enhancement,
Oh, Barbie will be
there
so much
are
easier.
additional
Cover a lot more of
effects
those,
that will
drawn-out
be applied
attacks.
to each of the different tank jobs. I'm afraid we're not going to dive into details right here, but
Why not?
yes,
Cowards!
just to reiterate, there will be like individual sort of enhancements for each of the tank job.
リプライザル被ったら
I'll be right back.
通知してっていうコメントを今拝見したんですけど、ほぼ同タイミングで入れた場合にですね、サーバーでどっちのが後でどっちがその被ったかをそれぞれ違うメッセージで出すとかはね、やっぱりさすがに難しいんで、うまく話し合って連携していただけると助かります。
There's a comment about how it would be great if we can get some kind of notification if the other tank casts a reprisal and it was at the same timing, but that involves trying to get the system to communicate which tank cast reprisal first and sending a different message to the one that came in later, so that's a little bit difficult to do.
Is it?
So you might want to discuss amongst your party to see who's going to
ACT does that already.
block your
Yeah,
mitigation.
you guys
Yeah.
are behind.
Yeah, already a thing.
Third-party tools.
リプライザルの効果を90秒にしましょうっていうのを読んだんですけど、敵のよだめアップのセルフバフを90秒90秒から15秒引いた値かけといてもいいですか？
There's another suggestion about can we extend the effects of reprisal to 90 seconds, but then, okay, then can we do a variable of damage dealt by enemy? So 90 seconds times the 15 seconds per...
90 seconds? What the hell?
さあ、それでは今挙げたのが
Sounds like a good idea. I know what you're pitching about.
で、続いてナイトから
Let's just make it last 10 minutes.
全部は
Yeah,
言わない
just
で
the
す
entire
だっ
fight.
たところだけ
Remove it completely and just bake it into the fight.
So going into the individual tank jobs now from the Paladin, again to reiterate,
The reprisal is
we
just a
won't
free
go into
company buff
details for
now.
every single job, so just going through some of the key points.
I've heard worse ideas.
まず1個、まあ見た目に大きいっていうところもあるからなんですけど、ロイエ3回っていうの2段目3段目を
Oh, good. So it's not literally the same attack 3 times.
ロイエからのこれは置き換えアクションになるので、まあ手触りは
Looks cool too.
手触りはちゃんと維持した上で
It did look pretty good in the job action trailer.
Heard there was a white mage dash.
No, didn't see
So
one.
first point, the second and third executions of Atonement have been changed to new actions with separate animations. Atonement will change to these actions automatically on the hotbar, so input execution will remain the same. But yeah, that kind of differentiates.
Yay, we get
the
2 more buttons
look of
for
it, I think,
Paladin because they didn't have enough.
No, they're it's
buttons.
combo.
I know,
That's
I know.
what it says on there.
I know, but still, that's 2 more to Paladin.
がプラスに働く。まあこれはもう連打してればいいから。
And I think this is where that sort of automatic replacement of the next action comes in very handy. You can just press the same button and then it'll go to the next step automatically.
まあ、あとはですね、バースト
Oh no, I'll put them on my bar.
ブレード・オブ・ホニャララの後に、さらに追撃。
Oh, good. Another thing to add to our rotation that already flowed fairly well.
そのまま素直にアップデートされてる感じですよね。
And then when you're in that sort of damage burst phase and those blades of something is executed, of course with the raised level cap we will add another tier to that.
Honestly, not sure why they feel the need to make these ridiculously long
条件
combos.
ファイトはフライトの実行に変更したりとか、いろいろ細かいところに手を入れて扱いやすくさらになるようにっていう調整をしてたりしますので、まあナイトはもうすっきりそのまま正当進化っていう感じです。
And then this might be a minor, well, less major adjustment. In order to execute Goring Blade, you will have to have Fight or Flight executed.
That's interesting.
そんなところでよろしい。はい。はい。では続いては戦士いきましょうか。
Next is Warrior.
Honestly, I mean, that's how we played it anyways.
Yeah, like we didn't use it, but
アッパーに正当進化しています。一つ目。まあ、
So of
テン
course
ションの解
with
放中。
Warrior.
あごめんいいよ。So that one second you have while in a release is active, you
with
have
Warrior
another
also
button to
this
press.
is, for the
Yeah.
most part,
Right.
simply transitioning up because of the raised level cap.
まあ原初の解放中にフェルクリーブデシメートを計3回使うと発動できるね新しいアクションこれまあ多分トレーラーでも
I think it's just gonna mean
ジョブアクション動画でも確認できる
it's gonna push moving
これかっていうのをちょっと見ていただけたら
the other thing outside of the
First
inner
point,
release
a
a little
new
bit more.
action which can be executed after 3
Well, normally
executions
it's-
of Fell Cleave or Decimate while inner release.
The only
is
reason
active.
that the
So,
inner release
this
is so tight
I
is
think
because
you
of
may
the
have
extra
noticed it in the job
the
action
extra
trailer,
two
so,
actions you
might
throw
want-
in there
you might,
for your
yeah, notice it.
what is
Well,
that stuff? What is that ability called?
It's Decimate, and then you do Fell Cleave, Fell Cleave, Fell Cleave, Decimate, and then you throw in your Primal Rend.
Oh, not
Primal-
decimate. What is it called?
And the next
The
one
Primal
is
Rend?
a new action
No.
that
So
can
not
be
the- what,
executed after
Decimate's an
Primal Rend
AoE.
will be added, so,
It's what Fell Cleave turns
another
into.
sort
Hold
of
on.
Oh, yeah, you're talking.
damage dealing action will be added for
Inner Chaos.
The damage
That's the
burst
one.
Yeah.
phase.
であとはナイトのさっきの
That's just gonna push one of those outside of the IR
モ
window.
ーションとエフェクトが一新されておりますちょっとレベル100まで来てまあこれに限って
And then we're getting a follow-up on Primal Rend, which-
随分使い
Not much of a shocker there.
ちょっと新しいグラフィックスに変えたりしてる
Will it animation lock you?
And
Who
in
knows?
addition, kind of like how we saw it in the Paladin, but not really, the effects and the animation for Inner Chaos will be changed. We're trying to update some of the look of these effects that you see that for those that may have been kind of, how to say, people have gotten tired of looking at.
見飽きてもフェルクリーブだけは絶対に変えるなっていう
Nobody's ever gonna get tired of Fell Cleave, dude.
It's one of the sickest animations.
Yeah, it's one of the best animations you've ever put in the game.
There were some comments about, well, you can update things that people have gotten tired of looking at, but please don't change Fell
There it is.
Cleave's visual
Exactly.
effects. But I totally understand how exhilarating that is. So yeah, we'll keep Fell
Don't
Cleave
fuck
as
with the
is.
good ones. Fuck with the ones that are
で
mediocre.
は続いて暗黒騎士に参りようかと思います、はい
Next is Dark Knight.
まず一つ目バースト中の操作量軽減ということでこちら
There you go.
させてい
Nice.
ただいております
So,
Oh, good fucking
to
God,
reduce the
thank
number
you.
of inputs during burst damage
Nice.
phases. These are the changes that we are making.
I've always thought that really should have, you know. That being said, how's that gonna work with Quietus now?
今回一旦 7.x シリーズではジョブは綺麗にしておいてまあ
Oh wait, Delirium is. I'm thinking of a different ability.
Yeah.
They're just combining Blood Weapon and your other buff into one buff. Okay. I was thinking Blood Spiller. That's my bad.
Because you get those misaligned, you're off for the whole fucking rest of the fight, because you're either
That's
delaying it.
Yeah, I mean, you have a
And,
ridiculous
the
amount
reason
of
for
OG
this change
CDs there
is,
as
sort
during your
of
burst
cleaning up
phase.
and
Yep.
streamlining some
Yeah,
of
removing
the
one seems good.
busyness that
And
happens
rip if you have
during
fucking latency
burst
issues.
voltage phase,
Yep.
Good luck double
for
weaving, bitch.
7.0 anyways. And then I did mention about how we want to improve the not playability, but like how players can strategize and sort of make kind of work their strategies, as well as the developers kind of do creative things through 7.0. So right now we're just kind of streamlining it for this expansion, and once we get to say 8.0, we'll start kind of enhancing the individualities of some of these jobs.
思わずっていうか80って言ったけど、まあもちろん
I'm worried it's going to be too little too late, guys.
やっぱりこうメカニクスを
You've already had 2 expansions of extremely samey behavior for most of the jobs in the game.
まあ大きくシステムを設計していこうってなるとやっぱり
What if there's going to be like a big summoner rework for any of these, though?
It's gonna be a tank job.
間に合わないので
No, it's Ninja, dude.
It's Summoner's gonna be a tank with 3 dots.
No, seriously though, Ninja got massively changed according to the job trailer.
I kind of blurted 8.0, but we have yet to release 7.0. But whenever we're talking about drastically changing the different mechanics of the jobs, or making it more interesting, more fun to play, and it relates to kind of upholding the system, so to speak. So we actually need to start talking about things like that in the lead up to a major expansion. So we've actually started to talk about like what direction we want to take this into like 2 months ago already. So.
You know what'll make Dark Knights happy? Give them an aura like warriors, for fuck's sake.
Spoiler.
Nope. で、暗黒騎士ちょっと戻ってさらに進めると、シング言語に発動できるアクションをね、さらに今回追加、正当進化追加させてもらってます。
So going back
Can I make my living shadow
Dark
explode?
A new action that can be executed after living shadow will be added.
まああとは他にも
It looked as though it was another like Shadowbringer style ability that was active while your living shadow was active.
Okay.
So of course with living shadow, we will also be making adjustments to it itself, living shadow itself, so that you won't need to consume blood and execute.
It doesn't use your gauge anymore?
Oh shit.
That's actually kind of huge.
10 points says the activation after Living Shadow will take it.
Probably, but still, that's kind of huge. Well, no, I guess if the activation after it still requires the gauge, then it's the same effect.
There's some comments in the Japanese community about how this kanji characters are read. It was per Yoshida's request right before the broadcast. He asked the staff members to please put in the hiragana to be able to read this. I'm glad that it's proving useful to the viewers as well.
あとはね、我々のちょっと余談ですけど、自己防衛で、そうですね。私がチェックしてる時とかは
What a crazy language where you need to have 2 different ways to spell
And just for in our defense, whenever we're looking at the actions in game, like we don't look at the action names. We're looking at the one that has your kind of avatar kind of come up.
Summon something.
Summon something. Your shadow.
だからなんか発売の迫ってくる頃にさ、俺 PR とかで飛び回ってるじゃん。実際さ、覚えてないのよアクション名本当に。
So, like, we would go on different sort of PR opportunities right before launch, and, you know, we don't have all of these action names memorized.
なんかそれでさ PLL とかでたまに読み方間違うとさ吉田触っ
What
てねえ
the
の
fuck do you mean you don't have them memorized?
もうそんなんで覚えてないんだから
And if we do a PLL and Yoshida reads it incorrectly, then we have your haters commenting, "Oh, Yoshida must not have played this job, whatever." But it's just so hard
Fix
to memorize
Gunbreaker
it
so you don't have to fucking
いやなんでちゃんとひらがな入れよう
jerry rig your fucking rotation at 2 minutes.
all. I'm glad we have the way to read it.
I would argue most players don't know what all the skills for their job are.
Sorry, taking way too much time.
Every time you guys start quoting the ninja or samurai ones, I go, whatever that is.
ガンブレーカーもまっすぐ正当
Okay,
進
so
化
it's
で
just a
フェイテッド
continuation
サークル
for Fated Circle. That's
追加してます
we were kind of expecting that.
Oh, good. I actually needed something like that.
はい
Oh yeah, no, Gunbreaker AOE was boring as fuck.
もう一個出した
Hooray, Faded Circle. Double down, Faded Circle.
ブラッドソイル後に発動できる3段コンボを追加しておりますはい
So of course with Gunbreaker, this also
Oh,
is
that's
just
what that was. Okay.
level up with the cap being raised. So first point says a new action that can be executed after Fated Circle via continuation will be added, and then a new 3-step combo that can be executed after Bloodfest will be added.
まあコメントでエンド・オブ・ハートかなって
Not sure how I feel about that, to be honest.
こちらの技名は私覚えておりますエンド・オブ・ハートでございましたおはい
People
Oh.
are trying to speculate end of heart.
So after you use the thing that gives you fucking
But
gauge,
this
you
one,
have a 3-step
Yoshida
combo?
did remember that.
Yeah, but it doesn't cost you any cartridges.
Well, that just seems
あとは
ridiculous.
ソニックブレイクの実行条件をちょっとノーマーシーの実行に変更したりとか、まあ、バースト周りでもうちょっと手触り良くなるような調整っていうのもさせてもらったりはしてます。
And then there were some adjustments also.
I mean, it's a 2-minute Bloodfest is a 2-minute thing, so it's going to be.
Sonic
Hold on.
Break to be executed. We're going to be changing it to having No Mercy available. So yeah, when you execute No Mercy, it'll go to Ready to Break.
やばエンド・オブ・ハートめちゃめちゃ盛り上がってますよ。So, yeah, lots of people are hyped with the name of the end.
What is ready to break?
End of Heart.
Figure that out.
まあ
It's a ability, or it's your part of your continuation.
グローバル
Well, they just said you're going to become ready to break after you hit No Mercy.
It's going to be a buff that you get that you can execute Sonic Break with.
なるほど。
その辺の苦労をちょっと
So
分
you're
かっていただけると
forced to use Sonic Break in No Mercy? Okay, I guess.
Well,
頑張って作ってみました。
you never used it outside of that anyways, so.
Well, yeah.
FYI, the English name is Lionheart. But in any case, the animation team and those who are involved with trying to bring this action to life worked really hard. So I'm hoping that people will enjoy that.
ほいほい
Maybe that means that they're changing Sonic Break to a continuation as well, though, because all the other continuations are ready to whatever.
これはあれ
Which that'd be nice to get rid of one
Wait, that wasn't one on the far right.
Viper
Viper.
を紹介したら休憩ぐらい
That's the joke.
そうですね。一旦それがいい。
ほいほい
So I think we will go.
I like
through
that
the
Dragoon armor,
melee
though.
DPS, of course, with showing off
Yeah, it does
the
look pretty good.
Viper, and then call it
like
the
the
first
ninja
half,
armor more, though, to be
and
honest.
then go into a bit of a.
Don't care about this. I'm going to go get breakfast. I'll be back in a bit.
I,
Okay.
はい、お願いします。
では近接
Hey, they covered our section.
共通のまず変更点から
I guess I'll use this opportunity to go get dressed as well. I'll be right back.
DPS,
Tell me what I missed.
This is the part I give a shit about, so.
まず
Okay, nice.
90代で
Second Wind has been useless for quite a while, so.
Unless it crits.
So second wind healing
Potency?
potency will be increased
Potency.
in the 90s
Potency.
level range.
さらにですね
Okay, I was gonna ask about that. I'm assuming we'll see the same for Adel. That's
No
nice.
Addle, no Addle.
And then faint duration will be increased to 15 seconds in the 90s level range.
Extended in the 90s.
まあ結構そのね早打ちしちゃってありゃみたいなのもあるんで、まあリプもそうですけど、まあなので まあいろんなこうアクションをボス側にまたユニークなのを作っていこうと思ってるので、まあ、ちょっと使いやすさ上げておきましょうという感じになっています。
So yeah, this kind of is whenever things get busy with the different controls, and there might be a misstep on that. It's kind of trying to address that because in addition to not just the business on the player's end, we are thinking about implementing different mechanics on the boss side as well. So.
強化と見せかけといて殺しに来る気だっていうコメントがあった。
So people are commenting that we're calling it an enhancement, but it seems like they're trying to kill the players too.
さあでは、個別のジョブちょっと見ていきましょう。まず最初文句からです。はい。
So first up is the monk.
ちょっとですね、基本コンボのメカニクスを今回文句変えております。今まではバフとか継続ダメージを維持するっていうのが、ベースだったんですけど、特定の順番で、アクションを使っていくことで、まあ正しいルートでいくとアクションを使っていくっていう考え方に変えてます。
Why?
So with the monk, we've kind of updated the mechanics itself. Before, the basic thinking was about how to maintain your buffs or retain that sort of damage buffs.
That was what was good about it!
But instead, with this update, it'll more be about enhancing your next action by utilizing a specific.
So make it like every other fucking melee job.
まあ現在も
right off. This is so dumb.
と次に使う連撃強化されるんですけど、まあそういう仕組みなんだっていう風にイメージしてもらえば多分分かりやすいんじゃないかなと思います。ただ過度にシンプルにするわけじゃなくて、まあ手触り、今やってる手触りはできるだけ変わらないようには調整させていただきました。
And of course, so for example, when you use Dragon Kick, the next action, Boot Shine would be enhanced, and it will be something like that. But we're trying not to oversimplify it.
Okay, sure.
But we're also trying to make it streamlined. So we're hoping that it won't change like the feel of how you control the monk's actions.
We're trying not to make it too easy, so we took all the difficulty and challenge out of the job. Fuck right off with that.
追加要素が追加されてます。で、ちょっとね、一見すると複雑に見えるんですけど、これまでのバフとかね、デバフを凝視してこうタイマーを管理するよりはUI の方が楽だと思うので、その分が入って、これは触っていただければ多分わかると思います。
And of course, with the change in the mechanics, the job HUD will also have additional elements to it. It might look kind of complicated at first glance, but I think it should hopefully make it more, not easy, but like it'll make it smoother, improved from before when you're just staring at your buffs and debuffs, making sure that you are kind of managing your timers.
で、もう一個は、まあ、使い勝手向上的なやつで、桃園決議の冬季の最大スタック。
That part's nice. Should have been implemented last expansion when we asked for it, but you know, whatever.
And then another sort of improvement is can accumulate up to a total of 10 chakra while Brotherhood is active, so that you can prevent chakra overflow.
ただ陸道整合脚の発動の時に、まあ、冬季全消費でこう攻撃するけど、その蓄積量でちょっと威力が上がったりする効果を入れたりするんで、まあいろいろコンテンツに合わせてローテを調整したりしてみてください。はい。
That said, there will be an additional adjustment made when you have 6-sided star activated. There will be an action depending on how much chakra you have stacked. If you can utilize all of your chakra that you have stacked, your potency can be enhanced. Like there will be an effect that will do that. So you might want to strategize depending on what kind of content you're trying to challenge.
さてさて、じゃあ続いては、竜騎士に行こうかなと思います。
Next is Dragoon.
竜騎士はですね、一時期はちょっと大改変入れていこうかっていう話もしてたんですけど、今回全体の方針としては純粋アップデートということで、ちょっと忙しすぎるというか、方向しての忙しすぎるところを緩和したりして機械アクションにして整理をしたりということを中心にやってきました。
So not right and thrust?
No, it's gonna be... So, you're gonna go through your 3-part combo, then you're gonna have a finisher, whether it's Fang and Claw or Wheeling Thrust, and then instead of doing the other one, you do Drake's Bane instead. So you're not gonna have to move from rear to flank, or flank to rear at the end of the combo. You'll just have the one positional.
Well...
Meh. I mean... Huh? You just gonna be able to go straight into Life of the Dragon? So how are you gonna know when you're supposed to go into into Life? Huh? Alright, that's more of a... I'm gonna have to play and find out to determine what I think about that. I can see it being good. I could also see it being really bad. We'll see.
Okay.
Welcome back. You watch them you miss them casually gutting Monk.
Gutting Monk, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What was the main gut? Is it positionals or?
No, they make it so you don't have to upkeep your buff or a debuff on the target.
No buff, no dot. Gone.
Oh, wow. That's oversimplifying it.
Yeah, and then they had the gall to say, you know, we wanted to streamline this without making it too easy. Like, it's already so easy, dude. You've gutted the shit out of this job, taken every bit of difficulty out of it.
So Moss is mad.
Yes, I'm upset.
How's the Dragoon in the whole tier?
The Dragoon changes they've shown here, I'm interested in. Well, I can't see whether I'm gonna like them or not until I've had a chance to play them, though, I think.
There were also some additions
or see
to
somebody
the
else
upper
playing
tiers beyond Vorpal Thrust and Disembowel, and there's a lot of animation and new motions that are added with those, so those might be something to look out for.
上位機械はね、やっぱ新しいアクションがレベル上がることで追加されてね、強くてかっこいい技が増えるっていうのは普通に大事。
The biggest question for me is, are they implementing P combo for Dragoon?
With the level cap being raised,
probably.
And having new
They showed
actions
it
added because of that. Like, you want to have like cool looking
Well,
effects.
they showed that they're adding P combo for some things, but not to everything. They said so.
No, they said that you could have it everything, or you can have it unchanged, or you can do it.
No, they specifically said in the translation that it's not going to be on everything.
Okay, I don't have the translation open, so I don't see that.
And then
No,
that's Twitch.
The translator, Amy, said that straight up
Did
in
she?
voice. Yeah.
I was still asleep. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Spine
I took a
check,
nap yesterday, and it fucked me up.
hang
and
on,
didn't
hang
look
on.
like
something
8.
that players may have used to sort of produce more output damage, but we took that out. I'm afraid we have removed that, and then we have newly added an action that will simply move your character.
They've removed damage from the gap closer. Yes.
Thank fuck.
Ah!
Wait, from jump?
So just
No,
to reiterate,
specifically from
these are
spine
not
shatter
all of
dive.
the changes,
Oh, that's what I
but
meant. I'm
we are
sorry,
going
not
to
jump or high
omit
jump.
that for now and move on.
So it is, that's not part of your rotation.
Thank fuck.
Yep. Thank goodness.
Tired of doing openers and opener. Gap closers and openers.
Yep. Now this is what I was talking about. Ninja's getting completely changed, dude.
Good, it needed to.
No more Huton. It's gone. Well, it's still there. It's just now an AoE, which grants hidden. Ooh, actually, that's kind of interesting. Ninja already had one of the most interesting and
So you may have noticed this
crazy
in the
AoE
job action
rotation.
trailer video, but Huton, that has not gone
That's
away.
the tornado
but instead
thing,
it has
right?
become
Yeah,
a sort of
the tornado
trait
thing.
so that your movement speed or attack speed, or I guess that enhancement where you're on haste, is going to be constantly on.
That's fine. I think that's fine, to be honest.
Because you were super punished if it ever dropped.
Yeah,
So what's good Horizon gonna do now?
it's gonna go away, I would imagine. They're just gonna get rid of it. Why would they keep it?
Ninja openers will change drastically.
Yeah, like what's gonna go on with
the
Armor
Huton
Crush now, though?
becoming
That's
more
what
of
I'm
a
actually
trait,
interested in.
Of course, the windmill that you saw, goodbye windmill, R.I.P. But there will be another HUD element that kind of accommodates for the
I'm
new
guessing it's
additional
gonna
element
build
that
whatever
we're
that new
doing.
element is, the daggers.
出てなかった
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
はいまあそれに
Watch
伴って
Armor Crush give
上昇効果を延長するアクションっていうのを
sneak attack now.
調整してますよ
That'd be crazy. But no.
So actions which extend the duration of Huton's effect will be adjusted in accordance with the above change.
Yeah, I want to know what that new gauge is, though, man. I want to know what it actually does. You're telling me
It-
nothing about what I need to know.
It does your mother.
では続いて侍に行こうと思います
It's very
Oh, good. Let's just move on without talking about any of the parts that actually matter.
まず1つ目
Get
キ
fucked.
ャスト管理の複雑さ軽減っていう
Save it
のを
for
やって
the media tour.
いますツバメ返しを明鏡水後に発動できる
Okay.
変更したり
So,
So first point says to simplify recast management, Tsubame Gaishi will be changed to be executable after Meikyo Shisui.
Tsubame Gaishi, isn't that
まあ
no?
やっぱり正当進
What is Tsubame Gaishi?
Looking it up. Hold on.
博士天下五剣乱れ
Oh, it's,
今回純粋
Will
に
you
追加
repeat your Aijutsu?
Oh, I thought that
And of
was
course,
Kaishi.
this is also just a simple sort of level up. And so Hakaze, Tenka Goten, and Midare Setsugekka will be upgraded into new actions.
Yeah.
まあだから遊びやすくする調整っていうのと
Yeah, those were all showed off during the job action trailer. They look pretty good.
侍
Tenkagoken is going to be AoE around you and more visibly so now, which is
So
kind
of
of nice.
course, it's very simple, I guess. Adjustment made to make it a bit more comfortable to play, and then with the level cap being raised, there'll be additional actions on the upper tiers, and then
Which one's
other new actions are added.
The first one, I'm going to need to see it in action before I really understand it. The second one just is simple upgrades. Who cares?
特性がレベルアップで追加されてたりします。はい。
And then also, there are traits that will be added.
They're changing Midare Setsugetsu? That's another good one.
Let's see.
No, they're not changing it. They're just
Shortens the
upgrading the
recast
animation
time
and
for
making it do
Guren
more damage.
and,
But I like the animation.
It's
I'm sorry,
still the
same-
same, just with some extra flashiness to it.
Hey.
Trust me, it looks good. Trust me.
Hey.
英語の方も大丈夫そう。はい。
That should be.
It's still the draw attack thing. That hasn't changed. It's just like the follow-up animation that's more flashy.
Enhanced his.
博士の読み方で決めておりますね。気にせず言ってください。はいさん。
So yeah, this will be a trait that will enhance the Hisatsu, which will shorten the recast time of Hisatsu Guren and Hisatsu Sen-A. 日本語と同じでした。
はい。
Sene? What's Hisatsu Sene again?
そうそう。いや、じゃあ続いて
Do
は
do 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 do
バス
do
バス
do.
I thought that was the follow-up to Third Eye.
一つ目、まあ一つ目
After Hisatsu. Oh, it's the single target Hisatsu Gurren. It's the big 850 potency.
Oh, okay.
It's your big attack with Kenki.
That's pretty cool.
まあ51
Ooh,
以上
look at this.
使って
Look at this.
高感があったりするんでちょっと変えてます
So first point says plentiful harvest effect will no longer increase the shroud gauge by 50, and instead
Oh,
will
thank
allow
fuck.
execution of
That's really nice.
enshroud.
That's a really nice change.
There seems to
51
have
as if it
been
can
a
run up by
50
one.
waste. Now can be used when gauge is at 51 or more without waste.
Yeah,
あ
that's
とはまあ
nice
純
actually.
粋アップグレードとして、次のレムール効果中に発動できるアクションというのを追加させていただいてます
Yeah, that thing we thought was like Communio 2 is
And,
not Communio 2. You
Another
can use it
one
at the beginning
is
of the
a
Enshroud without
new
costing
action that can
anything.
be executed while enshrouded will be added.
まあ、あとは細かいところなんですけど遠隔攻撃のハルパーを効果アップ中に実行するとヘルズイングレスヘルズイーグレス、まあ、前後に移動するやつのリキャストが短縮されたりする
And very minor, maybe a smaller update would be enhance harping. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but if you have enhanced harp, the Hell's
Ingress.
She's having some difficulty.
Some of these names are stupid.
難しいね Insta move action backwards forwards.
back and forth. Yes.
Hell's Ingress. Or Egress.
Hell's Ingress.
Hell's Ingress. Hell's Ingress. Hell's Ingress and Hell's Egress.
そう
Ingress
だからまあ
and Egress.
カタカナのままだと思いますはい
そのままでした。
はい
In and out, yes.
And then 1 foot
こ
forward.
れはねむずいよねもうだってさアクション数全部
Can we have a new wave push shadow of death on the target,
何
please?
さんフォローしていいですかどうぞ
No, looked like it was the same, dude.
God fucking dick and balls.
ほぼ暗記してるんですよ、でもなのにかつ右手に超検索14辞書を PC にインストールしてあって入力すると全言語が出るのをリアルタイムに通訳しながら検索をしてっていうのをやってたりするんですごいんですよっていうフォローをさせてください
めっちゃマルチタスクしてます。すいません。Sorry guys, there was a bit of a pause.
Yeah. I mean, Yoshida-san just mentioned how great Amy is. I mean, basically she memorizes all the actions, weapon names, and then even with that, she always has the dedicated laptop besides her, which she can check up any FF14 terms in all languages. So that's how she works. Such a great job. Yeah. Thanks, Amy.
まあこれはなんだっけあれよく言うなんだっけ開発でよくなんて呼んでたっけな一緒じゃねえしな開発的な呼び方があるんですよそのグロッサリーグロッサリー、
はいはい
ああ、グロス。はい。
そうそうそうグロッサリーは全ての魔法がどのシリーズでどう呼ばれてるかとかも入ってたりするめちゃくちゃそう物量なんです
そうね。サイズがやばい。
It's very handy, this glossary, but it has all of the terms in several languages, and so it's quite large.
That's what she
さあ
said.
じゃあ戻って続いてはバイパーをと思うんですがそうか
Yes.
They never gave us the information! What?
We have
ちょっとさ
ます。
実機使って説明しようと思うんだけど、
Oh, that's a cool job icon.
Yeah.
みんなお手
It's
洗いとか
fangs.
行きません？皆さん。
Can
ここで
Take a bit of a
だってさ、
bio
も
break?
うだって
What does Fangs have to do with the thief, though?
うん。
Oh.
Not a thief, that's
ゆっ
why.
くり見たいでしょ。
はは
Get wrecked.
You
Thief
wanna take
enjoyers.
us time with this, right?
どうですか？
Can we take like a... Like
So I'm actually watching the job trailer. Moss lied. There is a
トイレは
white mage dash.
ここでするから大丈夫。
I didn't
Watch
see
the
that.
trailer again, buddy.
Some people are saying...
Yep, I'm doing that right
じゃ
now.
ないよ。皆さん
I posted it in, spoilers.
の休憩を
Yeah, I see it.
私は考えているっていう。
Well,
So
Yoshida
there-
is not going to sneak out for a smoke break. We're just trying to be considerate of the players watching.
じゃあちょっとだって俺落ち着いてさ、紹介したいもん。
そうね。
実機だから。
And plus, yeah, if we want
普通の
to
休
show it
憩を
off
今
on
取ります。
gameplay.
それ取っちゃっていいんじゃない？
後半重くなりますよ。
いやまた後半特別編休憩入れればいいんで。はい
では、
So,
はい、じゃあここで休憩を取りたいと思います。So,
はい
yeah, let's take a break for 15 minutes. 15分休憩です。で本日休憩中のお供と
For
しまして、
15 minutes? Okay.
これまでのファンフェスで公開したウォークスルービデオの詰め合わせと、最近
How
公
did I
開
miss
しました
that?
プライマルズのミュージック
Yep,
ビ
there it
デ
is.
オをご用意してございます。So today's company for the
Wow, yeah, I totally missed that. How did I miss
We
that?
have a series of the
Because you hate White Mage deep down?
revealed during the fan
I
festivals.
guess.
You just tune them out whenever they're on screen.
Primal's music videos recently revealed. はい。ということで
吉田さんお前休憩って言ったじゃんってすげえ言われる。
大丈夫です。全部見ても9分しかないですから。休憩は15分で大丈夫です。Yes. The total length of the video is only 9 minutes, and then the break is 15 minutes, so you can still have a 6 minutes. Yep.
Debating
Yeah.
if I should just go ahead and run up the word.
どう
be
ぞ。
back in 15 minutes.
Yep. See you.
I'll have to leave for work in about an hour.
Have we seen this
Uh,
already?
Yes.
So they're doing a break, which means I can catch up to live. That's good. I fell behind like 5 minutes. That's why I'm muted.
Yeah, you're all good, dude. They're just showing some stuff about the some stuff we've already seen. Some
Oh,
videos
wait.
and junk.
I don't think they're taking the damage away from Spine Shadow Dive. I think they're adding a new gap closer that does no damage.
Well, no, they said they're getting rid of Spine Shatter Dive. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
It's Spine Shatter Dive is going away, and then they're giving us a new like dash gap.
It's
closer.
Scoot. Yeah, it's on the first thing the Dragoon does after.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go wake up the kids.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Nothing good.
You missed Moss whining about Monk.
Monk is fucked, dude. They fucked it again.
So it's a good change.
Yes, it's a good change.
No, it's not.
Being partially facetious, because stuff like Moss doesn't like, I tend to like.
hmm
Like, all the crafting changes were great for me, and Moss is going, that's too easy now!
I like most of the crafting changes. I just wish that they had raised or they had increased some of the difficulty numbers. That's all.
hmm Moss likes my idea to fix crafting.
Yes, I do actually. That was a really good idea.
I just hope they don't add individual crafting gear again for like, you know.
Oh, they will.
Weapon and offhand is good, but you know, your individual crafting helmet for goldsmith versus the different one for armorsmith.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. Okay. So of the melee DPS, the stuff that they showed, Monk was a big L. Dragoon, I'm neutral on. I need to see it in action before I can say whether it's an L or a W. Ninja looked like a big-ass W. Same for Reaper. Looked like a big old W. And then Viper's new, so, you know. Nothing really to talk about there. And they haven't even
right.
it yet.
Actually, haven't talked about Viper yet.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Pictomancer right now, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
What the fuck?
But it is exactly
that?
what I predicted.
I find the Pictomancer very intriguing. Very.
It's exactly what I thought it would be. It's got a Tenchi Gen feel to it.
Okay, what the fuck is up with Astro and having 4 cards?
I mean, we're going back to original Astro, man.
Astro's always had 4 cards.
No, but like in the job trailer, they have
You
all
can
4
draw 4 cards all at once with some ability that they do.
So it's 3 normal cards and your
yeah, and your
Major Arcana.
Yep.
Yep.
Minor.
I thought the big one was the Major Arcana.
No, it's Minor Arcana. The one on the far right, that's Minor Arcana.
God, their spell effects are so pretty. I think Draw just draws 4 cards now.
That's what it looked like, not gonna lie. Which, I wouldn't be too upset about that, to be completely honest. I think that would actually be a good change.
I liked fishing for seals, though. I must be weird.
I hate fishing. Fuck fishing.
Yeah, I think you'll still get to fish for seals. You just, you know, pick the cards that you pull out. You know what I mean?
I hated fishing for seals. I hated that entire mechanic.
So I have a beef with the dancer job. They show them in their AF gear with stiletto heels on, and the actual gear has flats, and I'm very disappointed because I am.
You're assuming that the new AF won't have stiletto heels.
I'm looking at the old one.
Oh,
like the one that's actually like the actual art for the level 80 stuff has a heel, and then the actual gear itself is just your feet on the ground. So a minor disappointment with dancer always.
I feel like we look for different things in classes.
We do. Class-wise, I don't give a shit. Gear-wise, I care a little bit. That's a new dance.
Yeah, there was at least one new dance in there. There are a few new actions as well. I don't know enough about dancer animations to really tell, though.
Oh, that's pretty. What was that? I might be a dancer.
Machinist got some fancy new tricks, by the way.
You got new toys?
Yeah, I don't know if you watched the Machinist section.
I'm not there
I
yet.
just realized Koji Fox is singing.
Yeah, he's been with the Primals basically from the beginning.
I never watch them. I generally don't want to see the music performed.
Yeah, he's actually done most of the English vocals for basically every song that they've ever done in the game.
Surprised I haven't heard you fawning over Red Mage yet.
I don't know how to feel about the changes to Red Mage. Be real.
New Jolt looks fun.
I mean, it looks like it's still just Jolt, which
it had 3 shots though.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new music video. Oh. Never mind.
Oh! You don't need gauge to do that now. That's interesting. Or mana, I should say.
To do what? Sorry.
It looked like the person backflipped out, used manification, and then charged back in, had no gauge, and was able to still get their the 3 things from their melee combo.
Yeah, I think Manification is going to work just like Plentiful Harvest does now for Reaper, where you just get to do your melee combo without having to pay mana.
Worry about your gauge, yeah.
Which I think that's a good change, to be honest.
Yeah, reduces the risk of capping out.
Come on.
Why would I be hyped for that? That's just a really good QOL change. I like QOL, don't get me wrong, but it's not really hype-inducing.
No, they shoot ice from this side. It's a new spell. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah, the one that I'm hoping is just an upgrade to Contra-Sixed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really cool looking. The fact that they did it at the end of the melee combo finishers makes me really worried it's just another finisher, though, and I hope it's not. We don't need another finisher, man. We've got so many finishers. Seriously.
Yeah. Right now, I'm super excited about both Sage and White Mage. They both look really good.
Sage looked really good. I will agree. There's one thing exactly about White Mage that looks very intriguing to me. While they were in their presence of mind, they were doing something that looked like instant casts. Instant cast damage. And it looked like off-global cooldown damage, too.
Well, there's also another thing that looked really interesting about it. While they had their Lily out, the tank took a hit, and the Lily triggered.
I thought the White Mage took that hit, too.
It didn't look like it on the screen. It looked like it was just a hit on the tank.
Oh, God. Fucking Bunshin lasts forever now.
On Ninja?
Yeah. That was way more than 5 abilities. Oh, Tenchi Jin's still there. Gross.
Yeah, it hit the White Mage.
Okay.
Sajay.
I went back and checked it just to be sure, but it definitely hit the White Mage too.
Wait, does Sage not have Cardia anymore?
They should. They better.
It looked like it was still there. I don't.
There's no tank in their thing, so they didn't pass anything on anyone.
I mean, I don't see why they would get rid of Cardia. That seemed like such a weird thing to do.
I know it's still there, but you know Johnny Window Licker is gonna be like, well, they didn't cast it, so it must not be there anymore.
It is odd that they're the only healer that didn't show with another job in the game. That diamond spinning above the head move, yeah. I don't know what that is, but it looks awesome.
What is that other thing for the Black Mage?
The new gauge?
Yeah.
It gets a charge every time you use a Fire 4, and then once it has 6 charges, and it deals 3 charges if you use Flare. And once it has 6 charges, you can use some new ability that...
Big bang attack.
Wait, did he just move his ley lines?
Yes.
No. Oh, wait, yes, he did. I'm sorry, yes, he did. Yes.
Oh, shit.
That was pretty cool, actually.
I didn't notice the ley lines moving.
Yeah, it was after he used Ethereal Manip.
Nice.
Right here.
Portable ley lines?
That's what we've been needing forever.
And it just moved, and then he had to use an ability, and it moved the lines to him.
3 purple things, cool.
Polyglot. That is what I was trying to remember.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that little flaming sphere ability is awesome looking.
Steve, it's Reaper that have the Dark Souls head. Stop stealing my shit. Or they have the Bloodborne HUD, I guess.
Having 3 polygons is going to make things so much easier.
So much more exploding.
Because you try to save them for when you need to move, and sometimes you get 2 and it just doesn't line up for movements, and you have to use it anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
So on the Viper one, they showed the double-ended sword, and they had 3 dots in the middle, but they never used them. What the fuck?
Well, I think that the 3 dots were
Potency builders?
They never got taken away.
Right, but I think it's more of like a stacks setup where you're just trying to get them up. Rather than, it's not a builder spender. It's like we're going back to monk stacks, is what I'm thinking.
I'll have to try it out.
Or maybe the buff just never wore off. I don't know. But it's another one where it's like, I don't know until I see it in the game. But of the 2 new jobs, Pictomancer looks way more interesting to me. I gotta tell you.
はい、
Yeah, we're back.
はい、ご覧の放送は第81回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブです。Welcome back. This is the 81st instance.
I should have gone to get breakfast.
Letter from the
Oh well, I'll do it for casters.
はい、アミさんも再びよろしくお願いします。Welcome back, Amy.
I don't play them enough. Like I play Summoner once in a while just to get the casting itch, but
Summoner, the job trailer for Summoner didn't look great. It had a few interesting things in there, but
I didn't get that far. I got to White Mage.
Odin or like Neo Bahamut. I didn't know. They didn't really just.
Neo Bahamut, and it's weird looking.
Viper,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
just
don't
wanted
know.
to quickly
Not
go
Bahamut
over
Prime?
Odin, to
its
be honest.
characteristics.
Ooh, Odin would be great. I've missed Odin.
まずはですね、こちら二刀流ウェポンスキル
I am curious about that liquid gauge they have.
体験アビリティ
Yeah.
そして合体剣ウェポンスキルコンボから二刀流アビリティと、まあとにかく多彩ですと、しかもハイテンポですというのが特徴です。
So it says a fast-paced job that fluidly shifts between dual blade and double bladed strikes in their various combos and abilities. So you basically have a mode where you have
Light
two
speed
blades
rave
in your
mode.
hand, each of your hand, and then when those 2 blades come together in one single blade, and kind of going back and forth. But it's a very sort of fast-paced, and you have varying attacks.
Ninja meet Reaper.
ですね、ちょっと生カメを入れて
That was my concern that it was just going to be Ninja Meet Reaper, but I don't know. It looks like it has some difference to how Reaper plays.
What would suck is if it has different GCDs depending on if it's dual or not.
It does.
Oh god,
Right.
that's the
Like,
worst thing about Ninja.
When they lit up blue, they were going much faster than they were when they're not, just like Reaper does when they go in Shroud.
手入んにこう
Or kind of like
I'm actually
Machinist does when
okay
you
with
get
that as
overheat.
long as it's a short burst window, because like Machinist does the same thing with Heat Blast. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
この2つの剣をこう合体してこうなぎだたのように一つにして放つアビリティ群とかつこの合体させた剣の状態で放つウェポンスキルでこれでねなんとなく絵のイメージ文字だけだとね何言ってんのダースサムスン
So just looking at the text seems very, it's not very descriptive. Well, I mean it's descriptive, but it's hard to tell sometimes. So when we say double bladed, or no, sorry, dual blade. Dual blade is where you have a blade in each of your hand, and so you have those weapon skill combos, and then you go into a double bladed where those 2 blades come together. And it has its own abilities.
Yep.
And then it also has a set of weapon skill abilities. Or weapon skills, sorry.
Zidane mode 1, Zidane mode 2.
Mm-hmm.
逆がパターン。
ダースモール
If their victory pose is a double backflip, I'll be mad.
で、もう一個特徴出しちゃっていいですか。
I just got through replaying 9.
総数っていうのは他のジョブとまあ同等なんですけど、セットする数っていうのが、まあ、できるだけ少なく済むような仕組みが今回入ってますバイパーに。
So this is going to be one where we're going to see a lot more of that P combo stuff in it.
As other jobs, but designed so that fewer actions need to be set on the hotbar, just so that you have fewer like icons to place into your hotbars.
Do that for the rest of the jobs, you cowards.
ご覧いただこうとはもちろん思うんですけど、その仕組みが動いてるからなんか同
This
じ
means P combo will never die.
出してるように見えるんですけど、実際には
I'd be happy to see the day that P combo can die.
一個前に
Oh, I
Knowing
will
that
too.
it's accomplished its job of making the rest of the game P combo.
Like various things from what's that big one? Simple tweaks. Like a lot of things from simple tweaks have become baked in.
変えるルートを変えるみたいなのが必要なので、ちゃんとそういった考えるべき
Proudest day in a mod's career is when it dies, knowing that it doesn't need to exist anymore.
It's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a look at this in game.
Like all the people who
and
developed
you'll
the,
see that
HD
the
hair and
actions
model
will be
and
automatically
textures.
replaced in the hotbar. So it might seem like we're kind of button mashing,
That
but,
they no longer are needed.
With the automatic replacements, sometimes it's might be a weapon skill that changes into a different action, or you also have to pay attention to the buffs
Well, they're taking
that
their time.
you
I'm gonna
are
go
receiving, or
be right back.
enhancements that you are receiving, or the debuffs or
I just hope
enfeeblements that
magic
you are dealing to your
DPS is
enemy
next.
to switch your combo route. So
Probably will be.
It's there is elements.
Usually they do
of thinking
melee,
about what action
then
to
magic, then
execute next.
ranged,
Then healers.
then healers.
I think
Yeah.
it's quicker to look at it though.
さあではじゃあ実機に行ってもらいましょうか。はい、
Oh!
出ました。
Oh shit!
They're going to
Chris Williams
show.
said he missed this.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow,
Kira,
they weren't
if you
kidding.
could
That
hear,
is
come
not
back.
very many abilities on the bar. Holy crap.
山が綺麗。Yeah.
Of course, the mountains
Beautiful
are
mountains.
very pretty.
That is a tall ass mountain.
That is a very tall ass mountain.
I love the Pictomancer job icon there.
That's pretty good looking, yeah.
ワイがファンフェスで着せられたやつ。
The costume we're all too familiar from Yoshida's appearance at the fan festival.
Oh, they hit it.
Oh, you can put the hood on. That's cool.
プレゼントマーク見せていいだろうか。
It's a good use of visor.
Mm-hmm.
Not visor.
All those.
That was hiding and unhiding the helmet.
Icons.
ちょっと待ってよ。
Coffee's a little bit meaty today. Love it.
はい。
Renai, are you caught up, by the way? Are you at the same?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay.
I'm probably a few seconds behind you all.
Yeah, that's less of
は
a
い
problem.。
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube, so I think it's maybe about a 5-second delay from what y'all are seeing.
Yeah.
やばくねえこれ。
Right now, he's just standing and dinking around doing nothing.
あ、メディアツヤになってる。
Why?
Uh,
Are we
yeah,
just sitting here
well,
doing
yeah.
nothing? I don't understand.
Double checking item
Same.
level, etc.
危ない危ない。これね、いつもの神の力を即時発動する真なる開発サーバーである
真なる
メディアツアーに使っている CK というまた別のサーバーなので、失礼しました。
神の力が抑えら
Are
れ
they
る。
waiting for like the back-end server ops to do something?
I don't know.
God mode type A servers were
Buzz-
actually in the environment of the media tour.
まずさっきお話しした二刀
Look at how much HP they have.
だ
Mhm.
けお見せします。
So first, let us look at the dual blade weapon skills.
まあ実際にはいろんなものを混ぜていくので、
There's an alpaca in the background.
じゃないんですけど、
I saw
ちょっと
that.
まず前提を分かりやすくするためにいきます。
I'll pack in my bags
So
now,
of course,
please.
with the actual combo skill rotations, you will need to kind of weave in between the different actions and weapon skills. But just showing off what this set looks like.
この中段にある言葉
Like every other one.
4と5の数字がついてるところをなんとなく中心に見ててください。
And so if you could focus in on row 2 of the hotbars, especially the ones that say 4 and 5.
Oh god, it looks dancer.
So it's a
Am I
samurai
crazy? Does it not look
dancer?
dancer?
It does look it.
Samurai ninja dancer.
アクションが置き換わってる
Oh my god, I'm loving this.
It actually does look pretty good.
See
I'm
that
not gonna lie.
Actions are automatically replaced with the next.
Oh, he switched modes.
はい変わってますね。いや、チェンジです。
これが二刀流ってやつ。
This is the dual blade.
What level is he at, by the way,
で
right now?
合体剣
100.
He is at 100. Okay, good.
を使います。
Next is the double blade weapon skill.
So there's the 30-second timer on something comes up, and then
今のこの下段に並んで
Yeah, it looks like there are buffs to maintain for sure.
合体させて攻撃していく。
Multiple buffs to maintain, so we're getting some samurai
The actions that
action.
are assigned
Yeah.
to that bottom row, row 1, are those double blade weapon skills.
this looks like it's going to be hella fun.
こうやって攻撃を
Yeah, actually,
繰り返して
you know, I was concerned that this was just going to be a copy of another job, but it
So of course,
actually looks
as
like it's going to be
you,
pretty significantly its own
continuously
thing.
Ooh, look at the
execute
picto
your
job
different,
icon.
skills, the
Oh, yeah.
gauge will accumulate.
The
We were
things I
just
noticed.
commenting on how upset you were going to be that you missed this.
を消費してこの
What have I missed? Anything?
He was going
Yeah.
through some of the actions for Viper.
オーラバーストみたいなや
It
つだ
looks
と
pretty
思ってください
good, to be honest.
So when
Yeah.
you accumulate
Looking forward to it
enough in that
intensifies.
gauge up there, you go
I guess in the
into,
top bar, middle one is a gap
boost
closer.
mode called
with the 2 on it.
Awaken.
Yeah,
そ
probably.
の状態に入ると合体剣アビリティがガシガシ打てる状態になると思ってます。
And so once you have that reawaken mode, you can execute the different double-bladed abilities.
ちょっとやってみます。
はい。
I'm gonna try some of them out.
It's blender mode.
Okay, it doesn't actually
Will
look like
it
increases
blend?
the GCD speed at all.
It doesn't reduce it?
It doesn't look like it increases the GCD speed at all. It's just
Very,
it's
very
this thing
flashy.
Just looks fast.
Okay.
Like your character speeds up, but it doesn't look like your GCD speeds up at all.
Oh, this is gonna crush the PS4.
Yep.
こういう感じで
Fine, I'll play Viper. What the fuck?
Oh no, maybe it does actually. Actually, never
It
mind.
definitely
I take that
does.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does. Increase the GCD speed.
So because the actions
Now, I'm
are
pretty
automatically
sure
placed
I've got
on the hotbar,
got dibs on
it might look
Viper.
like you're pressing the same button, but as you can see, there are many different skills and abilities that are being unleashed.
Oh, I love it.
速さはなんとなく分かってもらいました。
But I think you might be able to get.
I'm probably gonna see White Mage and be like, oh no, no,
もっとゆっくり
I want White
回して
Mage.
っていうお声もあるん
Play
ですけ
them
ど
both.
Yeah.
It's about how we want the skill of rotation executed slower, but
ゆっくり回すと軽く下がるんですよ。
but if you go
That's
slowly,
leave something for the media
damage
tour
output
people to
kinda
do. Come on.
slows down too.
とにかくすごくこうテンポがいいので、こうどんどんこうハイテン
I do appreciate that they don't have any of the
感じに仕上がっている
spell
まあそこがまずは
pop-ups, tooltips
Yeah, no
showing.
tooltips. Yeah, let the media tour people have something.
But as you can see, it is pretty fast paced, and you've got different actions that you're executing, and it kind of builds.
Speaking of, look at the server.
As you are going through your skill rotation, it kind of gets more.
Now, why does he have
exhilarating,
1.4
and so
million?
I'm hoping
Why is Yoshi
that
poor?
players would enjoy that aspect.
Yeah, the rest are ours retainers.
の間いわゆるブーストオーラバーストみたい
Yeah,
な
he has like 6 retainers, all of which have the max amount of gil on them.
体験アビリティが特別に
See, actually level 100 in a Final Fantasy game, I feel
変
wrong.
わるような状態アビリティがない
Yeah, they missed an opportunity to stop it at 99.
Seriously.
Nah.
溢れさせず叩き
Nah.
And then just side upgrades for the rest of the every expansion.
この合
Nah.
体剣
I'd prefer
ウ
to
ェポン
just
スキルの
go
方
with levels,
キ
to be
ャス
honest.
トタイムをさらさ
And his inventory management skills are on par right there. Look at that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
God.
the-
ローテーションも
perfect.
Mans has one thing in his inventory.
So once you have activated Reawaken, in kind of in that aura burst mode, the
So I just got my account
let's
back.
see, the global
Hey, Grats.
recast- or sorry, the
Welcome back.
cooldown,
Thank you.
is
Should I
2
accept the
seconds, but,
returner's bounty?
Yes.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
need to
Absolutely.
execute your
Free shit
different
is free
sort of
shit.
double-bladed abilities, and try not to sort of waste your recast time as it sort of counts back down.
ちなみにオーラバーストは私勝手に呼んでるだけでそれおろしっていう正式アクション名なんですけど
What is that 9 in the middle of his screen?
That's a hot bar.
便宜上そう呼んでます
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so of
Yes.
course, we have called it Aura Burst,
Invisible
just
one.
for convenience sake. But if you play through the Job Quest series, you'll understand the naming behind the Reawaken action. So
まあ素剣おろしではない
the Japanese says Sore Oroshi. Sounds very similar to Soken, but not Soken.
Yeah, no, it definitely has a fast.
Oh,
speed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Although the
Oh, this
range
looks
bits after the
glorious.
fact look pretty fucking cool.
Looks like they
話す内容として
looks
は
like they
割と
decided to give it a gap closer that deals damage, though. Unfortunately.
通常の、二刀流
You sure that wasn't just like an auto?
基本は
No, he used the
よ
gap
うわからない人は
closer.
まず最初のうちは光って
And it
る
dealt
アクションを
damage.
押していけばいいです
He's got Gaklos on Control 1 though. What the hell?
So,
What?
there's
No,
not
that's
much
not
to
gap
say
closer.
about
The,
it because,
the
it's
minus sign
quite
is his-
straightforward.
is his gap
But
closer.
basically, like until
Top
you
bar,
get used to it,
middle.
I think it's best to just follow which icons kind of light up between the double blade and the dual blade abilities.
こっち側で光ってるやつは範囲用なので
I have to give them props for making a job that feels like it has so many buttons, but only has very few buttons.
で
So
あと単体から範囲へ
props to
コン
that.
ボをつないだりというつなぐっていうかローテーション的には必要ないんだけどID とかやってる時に範囲
Rise and Reaper
敵が少なくなってきていちいちそのゼロからやり直さなくてもいいように途中がルートにつながるようになってたりします
And of course, the ones on the right-hand side are more for your AoE attacks. Of course, some of the combos,
Yeah, that's what
it
I
doesn't
thought.
require you to do it, but like say for example, you're in an instance dungeon, and once you kind of like have your tank pulled up all the mobs kind of together, you can go from that sort of single target single target dual blade weapon skills to switch over to the AoE dual blade abilities.
She's trying so hard. But they couldn't got Koji to do this? He's a native English speaker.
She's also a native English speaker.
まあ
Is she?
さっきもちょっとお話ししたようにはいいや割とまあ単純じゃんに見えるんですよ
The difficulty is
というかボタンも
Double
少ない
blade
し
versus dual
た
blade.
だ
Well, she had trouble with Ingress.
冒頭ちょっとお話し
That's-
Well, she,
Yeah.
That's because it wasn't. Ingress versus egress is probably dialectical differences that she's running into.
自分に
Which I
and
can't
she's
blame
trying
her.
to translate their mumbling too, which is
Yeah.
good on her.
火ダメアップのバフがかかる
But no,
まあ
she's
おおむね
native
3つの
English.
効果があるんですけど、これの状態とか残り時間に応
They should just hire a closed captioning team.
このアクションからこう発生していく
I
のをどっ
don't
ち
know
を
how
使っ
that would be any
て
better, to be honest.
振り返っていくことになるので、なるほ
Might
ど
be worse.
So, of course, just looking at how the actions are assigned on the hotbar.
I think it would be distinctly worse. Live CC is difficult.
It's very simple because there aren't as many buttons to
Live CC with
keep track
translation?
of.
Oh boy.
But you also
Mhm.
are having to look at the different enhancements and enfeeblements that you have. Sometimes it's haste on yourself, or damage dealt is increased. Sometimes it is the damage dealt by the enemy is decreased, and it's a debuff on that end. So you have to pay attention to how much of that you have left and choose the action that corresponds to.
Yeah, she
whatever
throws a lot of
enhancement or
in there, which is more
that
native
is
English speaker
assigned.
Mhm.
type of pause for
もうだ
speaking.
から結構考える要素は、瞬間的に出てくるのかなと。
If she was,
まあボス
you know,
が今どういう状態にい
secondary,
るのか。
generally speaking, you would use
あと
more
は
open-ended
あの
vowels.
接近アクションも用意されてるし。
And generally speaking, more towards the E rather than the U.
You
So
do
like,
need to be a bit strategic, depending on how you want to approach, say, like a boss. Or there are also some close-ranged attacks that are available for the Viper.
あとは特定でこう遠隔
I think her issue is she's not a gamer. She may have played it, but she's not a gamer.
遠隔コンボがあるみたいな状態になるので、まあ、ボスから離れなきゃいけない時
Yeah,
に、
Like,
えーと
Viper seems to have a
まあ
lot of ranged
効果がある
options.
な
Like,
のか
a lot of ranged
まあ今回はしょう
options.
がないのかみたいなところは考えながらやっていくことになるかなと思います。
And then, conversely, you also have a ranged attack where you specify your enemy and then attack from afar. So if there is a situation where you can't necessarily be up close to the boss character, or say, do you want to take advantage of the enhancement that you have to execute those actions, or do you decide, okay, well, I'm gonna let it go this turn and then come back to it some other time, etc.
ちょっとリキャタイムが戻ったらその段だけちょっとね技の効果内容までまだお見せできない。
Man, I guess if you want the buff maintenance job of the century, you're gonna play
Right.
Viper. Like, holy shit. Like, it's a lot of buffs.
We're waiting for that.
All the monk mains go to Viper.
Get
Apparently.
back so that we can show you at least some examples of like how these buffs and debuffs kind of affect your choice in which action to execute.
合体剣ウェポンスキルを使います。まず
So we will first use a double blade action.
で、そのうち派生するアクションが2個存在してます。
And then from that, you will see it will branch off to two different actions.
で、そのうちの2段目にどっちのアクションを使っても構わないんですけど、まあこれシチュエーションに応じて自分で考えて使うんですけど、それによって後のコンボルートがまあ変わったりします。
So with these two actions, you can use either one, but depending on the situation, you'd have to kind of choose which one, and then the combo route from there will kind of differ.
いきますね。まず初段入れると同じアクション2つ
So we landed that first one, and then you see two actions light up.
出てますね。どっち使ってもいいんですけど、3から使います先。
So let's use 3 first.
そうするとアビリティがこっち使いなさい。で、こういうコンボになります
So,
ね。
and then go 6 and 5.
Like I said, dancer.
で、
Mhm.
2を使うと。
Those don't look like procs, though.
To another.
No, they don't. You're right.
コンボルートが変わる。
See, those two do not light up in this instance if you
Just
use-
more of the
It
whole
looks-
follow-up thing.
で、同じ
It looks more like samurai in the paths you go to reach the end things.
て、
but a little
Yes,
more
but with
complex.
the follow-ups are more
We're
like,
gonna do that.
well, I guess more like
double-bladed
Dragoon than anything
attack
else.
One, and then go from 2 and see how that changes.
It's actually kind of unique.
2を使います。
Using 2.
さっきこっちから光ったんですよ。こっちから光る。
This time the.
But I just meant it in the
was
in regards to the
different,
follow the
we used,
lights. You know what
that
I mean?
third
Yeah.
Button in the row 1.
でこうやって間違って他のウェポンスキルを使うと、はいロスみたいな感じになってしまうので。
And if you don't use
It does look like it's
correct
going to be kind of a
actions, so to
craft
speak,
your own way
kind of
through it,
lose out
which
on your
that
optimal
I
damage.
actually think is
まあこ
good.
の辺はぜひね、木人を叩いて馴染んでいただければいいんですが。
Oh, I don't think that
So
actually
we
did
recommend
damage.
you get
I don't
some
think so
practice,
either.
maybe,
Yeah.
Use a striking dummy to get used to the actions.
So has the top gauge, that thing inside the big circle, has that been used yet?
I
Yeah,
think
it's
that was
used
the
for
reawaken.
One of the abilities.
Okay.
Let's see what they're going to start out at. Is it probably 80 or 90?
70. Oh, 80, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's
10 less than the current max level.
1個補足なんですけど、
Or better way to say it, 20 less than the new max level. Because current max level would be 100 when it gets released.
それは付与したバイパーからのダメージだけが上がるなので、シナジー
So where do you go to pick it up is the question.
家と
That we don't
Oldar.
know yet.
Probably Oldar.
They're gonna pull a move from Heavensward. You have to go to the new world to unlock this
Or
the job.
buffs, debuffs.
I don't think they're ever going to do that
So-
again, dude.
Yeah, that was a
The third
horrible
was supposed
decision.
to be,
Yeah.
The damage, the damage received by the enemy, the damage that the Viper deals to the enemy is increased. So it's not meant to be like synergy, so to speak, but
Synergy.
it's a buff that the Viper needs to pay attention to in order to decide on the appropriate action.
So you take it away from Monk,
えーと
and you give it to the new
まあ
class.
せっかく文句から
Fucking
バフでバフ
stupid,
をして
dude. I hate that so much.
こっちにあるのかっていうコメントもいただいてるんですけど、こっちはこの光る HUD 側でちゃんと次どっち使うといいですよっていうのを誘導する仕組みを新しく作ってるんで、こっちを中心に見てもらえればと思います。
And one more comment. There seems to have been mention from the comments that we just mentioned that Monk is going to do away with having to stare at the buffs, debuffs,
Hey!
and the timers. So now are we forced to do that in the Viper job? But that is not the case. We have set up the job HUDs so that it'll guide you with like lighted elements and things like that so that you can recognize which direction you should go in terms of choosing which action to take next.
まあ説明としては非常にシンプル
Sure.
で以上なんです
I'll believe it when I see
これ
it.
まあちょっと触ってもらうのがまあもちろん一番なんですけど、かなりテンポよくやり込んでいくと自分自身結構こうのめり込んでいけるジョブに仕上がってるので、ぜひですねこの2本の剣を持ちスタイリッシュにかつスピーディーに戦ってみたいという方はですね、ぜひ使っていただければ嬉しく思います。はい
So yeah, I think that's about it for in terms of explanation.
I guess the Japanese
think it's
community just really
best,
hates Monk.
If you try it out and get a feel for
Apparently.
it yourself. But I think this is a job where if you master it, you can really get involved and really into it. So if you're interested in utilizing this job with the 2 blades to fight stylish and in a very speedy way, I definitely recommend, or I would encourage you to give it a try.
そうですね、単体と範囲が同時に光ってるから押す選択肢が多く見えるっていうのは確かにあると思うんですけど、これはさっきお話ししたように単体攻撃してから、そのままの流れで範囲に切り替えたり範囲から単体につなげたりっていうことができるようにしてるので、まあちょっと 両方たくさん光ってるように見えるんですけど、僕の HUD だとこの左側の 3×3 のブロックで間1段挟んでこの 3×3 のブロックの、この上下で範囲と単体がなんとなく分かれてると思ってもらえれば、それでちょっとまた見直していただけると、そういうことねってなる気がします。
Another comment was that it looks like there's a lot of skills that get lit up with the single target ones as well as the AoE. But that's because with these different skill rotations, you can use single target attacks and then connect it to an AoE to do your combos, or you can choose to just continue with your single target attack and whatnot. So as you can see, the hot bars that are set up here, you can perhaps assign all of your single target attacks in one block. In this example, we have the 3x3 hot bar set up so that you've got a single target on one side, and then the other side, after like a single row of extra ones, you have your AoE attack. So maybe that might help with the visibility, and if you look at it, it'll make more sense.
I mean, there ain't that many buttons, guys. I can't imagine it's going to be that difficult.
I know, but the thing is, like, they're essentially 4 gauges. Because, like, I see the 3 diamonds, then the 5 circles, and then the gauge with the number on there, and then the 2 swords with gauges.
Well, that part might well be more complicated. I'm talking about the comment that people were making about how they can't tell the difference between AoE and single target. Like, dude, there's not that many buttons. Figure it out. It ain't that hard.
以上、新ジョブ近接命令 DPS、バイパーの説明でございました。
Okay, so that wraps it up for the new melee DPS Viper.
はい、ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
Come on, let's move on.
正直、
We're gonna be on this forever.
伝えられるか、大変私も不安でしたこの。いや、なんでかっていうと、俺もチェックスタートした時点で資料を見たときは何を言ってるのかねみたいな。感じだったので。
I don't know, maybe it might be some people might be hesitant to jump into trying Viper, but you know, I was also kind of worried myself because when I first
I'm really looking forward to it,
started
to be
the
honest.
Process,
I'll probably.
and looked
I mean,
at
I'm gonna
the
level it at some point for
documents
sure.
that are
But
related to the Viper job. I was like, what does
Pictomancer
this all
still looks
say?
way more interesting to me.
なので一番最初にこのパワーポイントで説明した通り、二刀流で戦う。
I don't know. Like, I hated the idea of Dancer, but I like playing it.
ウェポンスキルとその特定のモード状態に突入したときに合体剣のアビリティを凄まじい
This doesn't look
3つのモードを
quite to the same level as Dancer to me, so it might be more interesting to play. But I don't know.
それでまずイメージしてみていただけると助かります。
I don't know. I need to see it in
As
action
mentioned,
before I can say whether I would
in
actually
the
enjoy it or not.
as well, you've got your double blade.
I'll just call it a melee dancer and it'll bother you.
Attacks where you have
I'll be right back.
blade in each hand, and then you have the double blade where you have the 2 blades put together, and then there's like a third sort of when you get into that mode, reawakening mode, you can utilize the different abilities using the double blade. I think that's what it boils down to.
はい、では続けて先へ進んでいきます。はい。はい。
Hey, Fox, I'm assuming, unrelated, but Philzy and Shadow and all those guys coming back?
Probably. I haven't seen them yet, but I would wager they'd at least show up for this. As if you catch Vadrana again, ask her; she would know best.
Yeah.
Oh, Thunder.
Of course. So moving on to range DPS and updates that apply across the board.
We already saw this!
The melee DPS, second wind healing potency will be increased in the 90th level range.
What does that look on the left side, Makote? It's just, but I don't know what that facial expression is.
That's a bard. They're surprised they're still relevant.
And then also damage reduction of job exclusive defense.
That's them seeing their relic weapon.
Will be increased to 15% in the 90s.
I have to shoot a guitar? What the fuck?
軽減が
Oh, they decided to do physical range next. All right. Mixing
That's
it
how
up.
it usually
攻
goes.
撃もいっ
No?
ぱい飛んでくるのかもしれない
Of course, overall, we will be seeing an increase in the defensive abilities, but that also probably means there's going to be various different attacks that will come from the different enemies.
それではレンジ
Good.
まず金融詩人からい
Let's get
きましょう
Alright.
一つ目
Bard
は
time.
こちら
Bard, first point.
Oh, good. That's been a thing that's needed to change for a minute.
敵への攻撃を伴わないバフアクションに今回変更しております
The idea that you have to target an enemy to use your songs is fucking stupid.
I like the idea that my music inflicts damage because it's so bad.
で、さらにもう一個代表的なので言うとピッチパーフェクト、まあ、多数の敵との戦いでも、まあ、使いやすいという
Nice. Okay. That's all right. I don't hate that.
And another notable point.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
first-
Now Wanderers is usable in fucking trash balls.
Yeah, right.
An AOE attack for ease of
It was
use.
like it went from being the
Encounters with
best single target, the best song to the worst song when you moved to the AOE.
Mm-hmm.
あとはそうですね他にだと単体攻撃でブロックシャストレートショット実行化あと範囲の時のシャドーバイト実行化をちょっと統合して要素を整理して
Alright, I do have to leave to go get ready for work.
通過されるんで
Alright, if anything
Have fun.
really crazy shows up, I'll be sure to send you a digest.
Yep.
そういった細かいところ
Otherwise, I'm sure you'll watch the recap later.
Yeah, I'll watch the
various other updates
footnotes later.
include, some of the
Cliff notes. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Single
Have a good one, y'all.
straight
Yeah.
shot ready, and then AOE proc shadow bite ready will become merged, so that we can kind of organize the elements. So the procs
That's
are going
nice.
to be kind of streamlined, so to speak. But you'll be able to
That's
sort of
nice.
select whether you want to utilize your proc for a single target attack or an AOE attack.
はい、まあ他にも使いやすくなるように調整は入れてます。
Particularly nice quality of life if they ever add more fights with ads in it.
But of course, there
Like
will
raid
be
fights
other
with
minor
ads in it.
updates that are added to the Bard, but I think that covers the major ones here.
はい、あと今遅れて来られた方のために今日一つ一つのジョブに対して全部の変更点とか全部の追加アクションをご紹介してるわけじゃなくてそういったところはメディアツアーが始まっておりますのでメディアの皆さんからめちゃくちゃな詳細が出ると思いますのでそちらをご覧いただければと思います。
And for those who are joining later in the broadcast, just to reiterate, we are not going to be covering every single detail of the new actions or the additional elements to each of the jobs. We have a global media tour that's happening right now, so we will be seeing articles where our media will be describing those in more detail.
はい。では続けて、貴公子行こうかと思います。
Next is our
Machinist.
まあこちらも詩人と同じくですね、基本的に遊びやすくなる調整と、
So it looks like that's just becoming a normal thing here.
追加っていうところが中心になってま
It's
す。
not gonna increase your gauge, it just
So
allows you to
Machinist
do the thing.
Also, very similar to the Bard. We are just trying to streamline things and make adjustments so that it is smoother to utilize, and then just adding some new actions with the raise of the level cap.
まあヒートが51以上ね、こうあった時に溢れるみたいなやつとか、まあその辺のこういった効果を調整してたり、あとはもう一個出しても大丈夫です。ドリルをチャージアクション化する、はい、特性を追加してたりします。
So we have preventing waste when your heat gauge is at 51 or more, and then the second one is new trait which
No more drifting of drill!
charges for the drill will be added.
お前何ドリルを頭に装備だってっていう謎のコメントを見てちょっと吹いてしまって。
Fox!
Two
Drifting
expansions
drill is
too
a
late.
dead meme.
Comment.
Oh no.
Oh,
You'll
no.
find a way.
The drill on your head? What?
あとはシンプルに、ヒートブラスト、ガウスラウンド、リコシェットの上位版みたいなアクションっていうのも追加されますので、そういったところも楽しみにしておいていただければと思います。
And of course, you've got the upper tier actions added for Heat Blast, Gauss Round, and Ricochet with the level cap being raised.
さて、続いては踊り子です。
Next is the Dancer.
踊り子は本当に純粋にレベルアップに伴うアクション追加、既存アクションからさらにこう追撃を出せるみたいなところがもう本当にメインになってます。
So with the Dancer too, it's just a simple sort of expanding of the actions with the raised level cap, and then some additional like follow-up attacks that are added onto existing actions.
今もう出てるのの他にもう一個出したので大丈夫です。テクニカルフィニッシュ後に使用できる、スプリを消費するアクションをさらにね追加してたりもします。
So the first point is, of course, as written, and then a new action which consumes his spirit can be executed after technical finish will be added.
あとはですね、ステップアクションを変えさずにですね、スタンダードステップの効果を付与できるアクションが追加されてたりとか、全体的に正当にそのままパワーアップしてる感じですね。
And then there's also an action that will allow or grant.
Seems to kind of be the theme
of
is
standard
the
steps
comboing
without having to
stuff that already exists,
go
so you
through
don't
this
have any
action
extra
or
buttons.
something like that as well.
I mean, I'm fine with that, if I'm being honest.
さてさて大丈夫です。そうなんです。正当まっすぐ進化してる。あんまり話することがなくてですね。
This is quite straightforward, so there isn't really much to add here.
コンパクトでいよいよ長すぎると眠くなるって、そりゃそうだよね。もう11時だ。
Oh gosh, it's 11 p.m. in Japan right now, so yeah, if it's too long, I guess it's quite.
そうそう大丈夫ですよ。続いていきますよ。はい。さあ、遠隔魔法 DPS へ進んでいきましょう。
Next
Here we
is
go,
magical
casters.
DPS.
Let's go.
ではまず共通点、他のロールと同じように共通点からです。
Again, this is going to be updates that go across the board.
Nice.
レベル90台で迅速魔のリキャスト。
20 seconds off of the recast to Swiftcast. Nice.
Swiftcast recast will be reduced to 40
Nice!
seconds level range.
That will give us more mobility.
安くなるんじゃないかなとは思います。
It'll make it make for opportunities to weave in more things.
さらにもう一個、他ロールと同じようにですね、レベル90台でアドルの効果時間を、15秒に延長する強化が入ります。
And then an enhancement, just like with the other roles, Addle's duration will be increased to 20
Nice.
seconds.
Oh, we
Yeah,
could definitely hit two big hits that way. I know several places in 12S that would be phenomenal at.
Yep.
Individual jobs within this
Yep.
role.
まず黒魔導士からです。一番大きい
Black Mage, various adjustments will be made to streamline certain aspects of the job, such as restoring MP upon landing ice spells while Umbral Ice is active, instead of passively over time.
That's actually nice. That's gonna change up Black Mage.
That changes
real
the
well.
whole
Yeah.
perfect timing of stuff.
So
It's-
Yeah, it's gonna
remove.
remove the need for like MP tick tracking.
been-
and things
Also,
like
it
that.
changes the JP opener to not work.
Yeah.
最後まで
Which is
残
probably a
って
good
た
thing.
規制の時の仕様で、ものすごく
Yeah,
Also,
no
it's
more.
gonna, I think that's just gonna be easier for people to understand too.
Yeah, yeah.
仕様を変更しました。
So this was one of the specific.
It'd be nice if they could make the ice phase actually something that lasts and has a bit of meat to it, other than spend as little time in ice as physically possible.
Or the
how we wanted to settle on
whatchamacallit polygot thing is actually pretty useful in
not made our decision, but like this is how
in
the
ice.
conclusion we've come to at this time.
Well, now it's not going to be so much because now you actually want to land your ice spells in ice.
Yeah.
Not your other spells. You don't want to be using, you know. Yeah, there. Okay, so that confirms what we had already suspected based on the job.
Nice. Nice.
And then the second point here, you may have noticed in the job.
Is it going to replace the Zap 2 ley lines action?
Just once.
No.
I mean, this
I doubt it.
will allow for you to reposition.
I hope not.
Ley lines.
まあなので置いた瞬間に巨大な床が出て涙に
That really helps because there's a lot of fights that just ley lines is absolutely bitch slapped about.
Yeah, like Zeromus.
So now, whenever you run into an issue where you place your ley lines and then suddenly it's raid wide, you have to move, you can ethereal manipulate and then jump over and reassign your ley lines.
まあ結構この MP のところが変わったことによってローテーションはなんですか基本はあんまり変わらないようにはしたんですけど工夫する場所がちょっと変えてあるのでまあこれ以上はあんまりね言わないように
Well, it seems like it'll just add one more OGCD to weave in.
ここが大きな変更点ですよ
I
という
mean,
のを
yeah, that's why they're giving us more Xenoglossies.
Well, that, you typically want to use your ethereal manipulation right after doing a proc and using the OGCD time to not lose, weaving it in basically.
But I think it kind of makes you have to think about where you want to, or like the timing at which you want to execute some of these. And then also
that's just going to make it the Black Mage dance so much more beautiful.
So I think those are the major updates to Black Mage.
すでにいくつかの欲深いコメントが
Not even going to mention the third stack of polyglot.
Yeah, I think that's
Or
kind of a
that entire
gimmick.
new HUD element that they have.
You can move ley line only once.
How are those the major? Like, yes, the ice spells during Umbral Ice is definitely major and a huge deal. But like, they're not even going to mention the freaking
There's no way you can
entire new HUD.
reposition your ley lines multiple times.
あとコメントでついてきてほしいって
Yeah,
あるんですけどそれなんての
Level 110 spell will be doing it twice.
Some people are mentioning it'd be nice if the ley lines just followed the players, but then what's the purpose of Enochian?
はい次のジョブいきます、
Okay, next job.
召喚師です
Alright.
まず一つ
I'm going to go ahead and head to work
ご覧いただいた
and catch up
ピザ
later.
は
フェニックスに並ぶ新たな
Stolar.
Solar Bahamut? Really?
It's Neo Bahamut. Don't listen to him.